say for na CSC appointing and I MBN TV so yaba beka won as media persons ya person the media no eti atese na obia ehu na registration of transport deliverers for no say wo mo be register na bibia akoyie e dia ma wo man no enu ti na yaba no wo sha me chi hanmu a motos a wo mo register ye kwa enforce say wo mo be bo mo dia no mo register say na be yo wo mo di omunyama kwa mo mo no o me be kwa asundie mu na wo mo so mo nya asundie
say ni for kuda tuo it dey anya she the honor be mo dey swat for nem tuo abaye wi ade yeah, we are there.
Last time, the riders and on a young master. Sikana would be on any Yama way of Passodia because life is a said, men riding some silence, insurance, and family and we are from silence. I must say, and over protected customers. Yeah, riders. Again, line why did they stop our partners? Not to register when they ask to register for us.
Please see this camera. Please watch the camera for me. This camera. How many is this on this road? It's only one. When somebody attacks you at that junction, how would this camera see?
Yeah, we have motors and they come
each and everywhere. Four cameras.
Our customers. We are there. We should die like this. Just at least 250, 150, okay. Life is still going to Ghana. Every 500, what is that? Because motor every day they are willing to 100. We are using money. We are paying. And do back up to fuel a day 200. And if you come a young time for very exam, Mumbai and Naka after comedy, I must say that just to punish me the right then. I come up in our body. I'm not perfect and I'm not perfect. Even as an village, go and register bike. Oh, look, the way you can register bike, insurance can root and I cannot nothing, I can't get it. Go again, I can register more hopeful and once. She got them again in shape here, the one better, much more better to Mama, the Mokapon and then office. Get the money of them after let us talk for it. She is to gather. I just want to know the registration. When it comes to the office, you have to no.
All right, so a very good morning. Welcome back in studios. Right after we brought you the sports, brought you the news, the weather, and this update, is now time for us to settle on issues that matters most to our hearts. And this morning is another beautiful day. You saw the videos on screen that was shown on a crackdown, the clampdown of issues that happens when deadlines are set and people decide to do what they have to do and do it and not doing it the right side of things that we go through as a people, and that is not really ordering well for us as a nation. And once we've agreed on some terms, we need to follow through the terms as well, and that's exactly what went on yesterday. We'll tell you more about the issue that has to do with the SRC with regards to the clampdown on unregistered delivery and courier and postal service providers in the country, starting from the Greater Accra region yesterday. Now, I know definitely this is going to continue unabated. Like I said, if you look at the stories on our portal MBN 360, and you saw the scenes from the ground, that alone tells you that there's a lot we need to do as a people. There's a lot we need to do as a nation. If all this year, all this thing has been drummed for all this while, and we keep saying that we are not told, we don't know, we've not been told, we've not learned, then what are we doing? Is it that we are just living and not listening or not watching what is happening in a space where we find ourselves? We don't ask questions as what is the development. We just wake and think there are no laws or regulations controlling any of the sectors we find ourselves. So we get up and then quickly we go and do things, and it really doesn't work this way. And that is one of the things we need to look at as a nation. And sometimes it hurts when you get to hear that I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. It really, really doesn't order well for us. And I think it's something we need to look at holistically as a nation if we really want to do progress with the happenings of things that goes on in our space. And I think it's not really helping us as a people. It's just throwing a caution to the wind as to our behavior. Then at the end of the day, if the law caught up with us, then we'll start saying, I didn't know about it, I didn't do this, I didn't. So where have you been all these years? Because yesterday, I met some rider. We spoke, and I asked him, have you registered? He said, no. Have you heard about it? Oh yeah, I've heard about the PCSRC. And I said, so why haven't you registered? He has no reason. All he said was, I will. I said, when? Oh, to go to the office. I said, it is not true. There's nothing like walking into their office. They've made registration quite easy for you to walk and work for yourself and work without free mind for your own safety and the safety of the consumer. Why are we not, as individuals, citizens, impressed on this, our brothers who are into the delivery service, by telling them, do the right thing? Because you never know what will happen. Nobody said there should be any mishap. But for your own sake, do the right thing. If you don't do the right thing and something happens to you along the way, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And that is my worry, because it's like we are just living for living's sake and not trying to follow the due process. Now, when the process catches up with us, they will say, and our binary you say, and our binary you say, forgetting that we are all part of the Abai. And that is where my heart bleeds. So we'll go to that conversation today. We'll try to fine-tune ourselves with exactly what is happening in the space when it comes to our conversation with the people that matters. And already seated in the studio with me is Bernard Agbemo Eduji. Bernard, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
And how have you been?
Very well. I'm good.
I'm okay. We thank God for life this morning. We want to say a good morning. When you entered, you heard me talking about we're not following due process, and when the law catches up with us, then we keep complaining and saying that, oh, I didn't know about it, I didn't know about this. But I think we are not being fair to the system ourselves. But if you look at what happened yesterday, where our cameras were there to pick the smash of what was going on, where the MTT, in collaboration with the PCRC, with collaboration with the Ghana Police Service, the MTTD, to clamp down on unregistered and unlicensed service deliverers. I mean, if you're into the delivery service, we've drummed it here time and time again. We've said it over time, but it's like people are not listening. We'll come to that conversation, but let me say a very good morning to entire Ghana and West Africa and the rest of the world where our channel is. Welcome to the Morning Focus. And I can always tell you, this is your trusted companion at the start of the brand new day. And this is where we wake up the nation with purpose, insight, and also clarity. That's what we do here, from the headline shaping our country to the conversation that matters most to you. We break it down, we ask the tough questions, we keep you informed and empowered as you go about your day. Like I said, I do this always with Bernard, and for the next few hours we will journey together through news, policy, inspiration, and real talk, because how you start your morning can shape how you win your day.
Yeah.
Because how you start your morning will shape how you win your day. So stay with us, and this is the Morning Focus. We're going straight away. You know, Morning Focus is built on three key pillars: information, engagement, as well as inspiration. So we go beyond the headlines, connecting national issues to everyday lives, and also giving context to the stories that define Ghana and Africa. Now, our scripture for this morning says, commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. And that is our scripture for this morning. So let me start with you, Bernard. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established.
Yeah, quite straightforward scripture. Yeah, also drawing attention to the fact that there is divinity. There is not just the human effort and all of that. So whatever you do, commit it to God's hands, and your plans will be established. Do not lean on just your own understanding. Let God take the center stage of your life, of your work, right? Of your relationship, whatever it is that concerns you, and your plans, will be established. We are just humans. We are limited, right? But He is the Almighty God. He knows the tomorrow that we can only plan for and hope for. He knows what is in tomorrow, right? So if we commit ourselves to Him, we surrender to Him, it is just acknowledging our limitations as humans and acknowledging His divinity and supremacy, right? So don't dwell on your own understanding. Don't just go about your work, but commit it to God's hands. Go to Him in prayer, and will establish your plans.
Go to Him in prayer, and He will establish your plans. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16, the verse 3. The verse is short, but it carries a powerful structure for living and working with purpose. The first thing is, what does commit really means? The word commit here suggests more than just mentioning your plans to God. It means entrusting, handing over control, and aligning your intention with a higher purpose. Commit. That is what the Lord is asking us to do. He's asking us to entrust, handing over control, and also making sure we align our intentions with a higher purpose. So it's like, God, I am not just asking for success. I'm inviting you into the process. Commit. So this morning we're not asking God for, so we are asking God to be in the equation with us and to work with us. So it is not passive faith, it is active partnership with God. It's a commit. So active partnership with God. Your work, not just spiritual things. It's your work, not just spiritual things. I mean, this applies to everything you do. Your job, your business, your studies, your decisions and relationship. It's a commit. Your work. It reminds us that faith is not separated from daily life. It should guide how we work, plan, and also treat others. Your plans will be established. What does that mean? Because I'm breaking it into pieces. What does that mean? Your plans will be established. Established doesn't always mean instant success or everything going exactly your way. It means your path becomes clearer. Your efforts gain direction and stability. What you build stands on a firm foundation. That is what it means, your plans. Sometimes God doesn't just bless your plan. He defines it. He redefines your plan, redirects it, or even replaces it with something better. Is that a balance? That's faith and responsibility. So the verse is not just saying sit back and do nothing. Commit your work and sit back and do nothing. No. It is saying you plan, you work, you commit it to God. And God gives it direction and permanence. That's what God does. So success becomes a combination of efforts, discipline, and divine guidance. As you step into your day, before making decisions, pause and reflect. Be intentional about your actions, not just busy. Stay open to correction and redirection. That is what you need to do. And also trust the process, even when trust the process. That is what it means. And this brought to you in association with the Maranatha Power Ministry International, located behind the Lekma Polyclinic, Nungwa, Adogono. I invite you. Today is Wednesday, is a teaching service, the multi-purpose service. I like the word multi-purpose. The multi-purpose service is to the Wednesday, this and every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I want you to be there and hearing your faith is built. Come, let's feed our faith and deal and let go of the doubts. So as you step out today, remember that dedication, faith, and consistencies will lay the foundation for success. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for being part of today's edition, the midweek edition, the 22nd day of April edition of the Morning Focus, and also reading our scripture with us, brought to you by Maranatha Power Ministry International. I want to say a big thank you to the ministry and then the leadership of the ministry supporting us every morning by supplying us with the scriptures for the day and the insights that we need to pick for you. Or believe that you're learning something. If you've not given your life to Christ, you better do. Come to the Maranatha Power Ministry International, and Jesus' arms are open and is waiting for you as you accept him as your Lord and Savior. Come, let's fellowship together. Today is a teaching service. So come and learn at the Master's feet. No matter how heavy your burden is, he's always ready. He said, cast your burden upon me, for I care. Jesus care. Christ care. He was hung on the cross of Calvary just because of you. So come and make amends. He's waiting for you. 6:30 p.m. later today, we'll meet together. So we draw the curtain on this and we move to the African proverbs for today. When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot hurt you.
Just a boy be kawa no front man.
Oh, did you see a front man? You want me to remember the former president, right?
Yeah, the late former president.
The former president, Jerry Rawlings. Was that the main wedding?
No.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, and the main two are not anything.
No.
When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot hurt you. What do you think?
Yeah, so mostly it is it is those within that would collaborate, that would give information to those without. I mean, when we were young, we used to hear some
malicious stuff,
yeah,
right?
they would tell us that the witches in this community, they can only attack you if the witches of your hometown grant them access. Or
Why did they decide not to grant them access?
Oh, well, so basically, you see, there are some things that it is those who are close to you that can know some information, so mostly for another person outside of your domain, of your circle to hurt you, it would have to be a collaboration between those within, right? They may not be doing it, it may not be obvious, but they may be giving pieces of information here and there, saying things that only they can know, right? So mostly, before you go attacking somebody outside, try checking your circle. Yeah, they are those who would hurt you the most because they know what others don't know. Yeah.
Well, when there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. What does it remind us? We were all learning this morning. A reminder this morning that strength begins from within. Confidence, discipline, and self-belief are your first line of defense. Within. When there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. A reminder this morning is that strength begins from within. Confidence, discipline, and self-belief are your first line of defense. Now let me break it a bit for you this morning. So what it means is that the proverb is very simple, but it speaks to one of the deepest truths about human strength. The greatest battles are often internal before they ever become external. The greatest battles are always internal before they become external. Who is the enemy within? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Who is the enemy within? The enemy within isn't a person. It is the negative forces inside you, such as self-doubt, fear, anger, and uncontrolled emotions, lack of discipline, insecurity, and comparison, poor judgment. Those are all enemy within your system. And these internal struggles can weaken your confidence and also distort your decisions and make you vulnerable, even when no real external threat exists. Am I speaking to somebody this morning? I believe somebody is getting it. So who is the enemy within? The enemy within isn't a person. Like I said, it's a negative forces inside you, such as fear, self-doubt, anger, and uncontrolled emotions, lack of discipline, insecurity and comparison, poor judgment. These natural struggles, these internal struggles can weaken you as a person, your confidence. It will distort your decisions and make you vulnerable, even when no real external threat exists. Number two, how internal weaknesses amplify external strength. That's another thing you need to ask yourself. When you are unsettled within, criticism feels like distractions, not feedback. As a criticism, it feels like distraction. You don't take it as a feedback when you are unsettled within. Challenges feels like attack, not opportunities. Pressure leads to panic instead of strategy. But when you are grounded, you respond instead of react. You think clearly under pressure. You are not easily shaken by opinions or obstacles. In essence, external enemies gains power only when internal stability is lacking. You did psychology fully. I read psychology a bit. But you see, modern thinking aligns with this wisdom. A confident mind is more resilient. Emotional control leads to better decision making.
Absolutely.
And self-awareness reduces vulnerability. If you know your value, it is not that enemy disappear. It is that they lose their ability to control your outcome. Inner strength as a protection. When your mind and spirit are in order, insults don't define you. Sometimes you go out and you see people arguing about I see them like they are all being petty. Men fighting, blah, 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 shouting at each other. They are all being petty because insult doesn't define you. Failure doesn't break you. Pressure doesn't control you. You become anchored, not easily moved by external chaos. So it is about ignoring the real threats. The prophet doesn't mean external enemy doesn't exist. They do, but it means they are far less dangerous when you are mentally and emotionally strong. Should I borrow Bishop's word? I said they are far less dangerous when you are mentally and emotionally strong. Those external things will not happen. So guard your thought. That is why the Bible said, guard your heart. Guard your thought. The battles of the life is in your mind. So guard your thought. What you tell yourself matters. Build discipline. Consistent strength strengthens confidence. So build discipline. Consistency strengthens what? Confidence. And manage emotions. Don't let your anger or fear lead you. Don't let anger or fear lead you. Manage your emotions. Know your wealth. Don't let others define it. You should know your wealth. Stay focused. Distractions are also external enemies. So this morning, take a moment, check yourself. Not just your surrounding. Because when your mind is steady, your spirit is strong. No external pressure can truly break you. We hope we're making your day. Start it right. Like I said, you need to start it right with us. Starting it right with us here on the Mega TV, MBN, the Mega Broadcasting Network. We bring you nothing but by the finest. Like I said, we need your support. I want somebody to own the proverbs, the African proverbs. I want somebody to own, although we have Maranatha Power Ministry cushioning us with the scripture reading, we need more churches. Is that it?
Yeah.
More unions to support it. You can have a small shop somewhere and say, I want to give you guys 1K or something to support the scripture reading. And we won't mention you. We'll tell people what you do.
Yeah.
Directions to your place. We'll push your phone numbers there. We're not asking that much. You can say, I want to give you 2K for the African Prophet. I want my name to be used as a title sponsor. Trust me. You stay in front. Every morning, Monday to Friday, we will mention you. I will say you are supporting us. And he said, I want to take over the sports update. I want to use it to sell my products. Just give us a call, 05523 458. Give me a call, send a text. Send me a direction. I will walk there. We'll have the conversation. Thank you so much. And that takes us straight away. Where do you think we're going now? Now let's go into our front burner, the biggest issues everyone is talking about right now. Today, we are talking, is enforcement becoming the new face of governance in Ghana? From crackdown on unregistered commercial riders to a tighter regulatory actions across sectors, are we seeing stronger system at work or growing pressure on livelihood? Got it? Should I?
Got it. Maybe you can take it again.
I should take it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said now we are going into a different aspect of our conversation. That is a front burner. Front burner. Arnold is front burner. The front burner segment. The biggest issues everyone is talking about right now has to do enforcement. We are asking, is enforcement becoming the new face of governance in Ghana? It's a good question.
It's a good question.
It's a good question, right?
It's a good question. Look, in any society where laws are not enforced, things are not done rightly. That is it. Any society where laws are not enforced, everybody does what they want. They give commands, people don't respect them. They give deadlines, people don't obey. There wouldn't be any serious development, because development is anchored on law and order. Maybe I should take that again. Development, right? Real development is anchored on law and order. And so look at our region, our sub-region, the sub-Saharan Africa, right? The countries that are serious on law enforcement most likely are those that are more developed.
Yeah.
Take Rwanda, for instance. People will tell you that you can't go to Rwanda and litter. You can't go and throw things about anyhow, be cutting trees here and there, not obey traffic rules. These basic things, you don't find them in Rwanda. They respect, they obey the laws to the letter. And so you see tangible, real development. But in a part of the world, that's what you no. Can be and
maybe
Martin
yeah, I just asked myself two questions. I didn't ask one things. Ghana for I didn't ask one things. I don't really get it. Never the boy. Yes, one you. Saturday we are okay, last year I did with me and I data stepping in. And I was okay. Commission, relax. Monitorium. Me release say, I didn't know more register 1,000 BB no. But this was about 570. What who?
Yeah.
It will process now being is about 600 or 650.
Yeah.
For a whole calendar year. First year, you might say, register December. You move into the following year, January, you need to register again. But this one, a 12-month calendar. It's a register in April 22nd.
Mr. Register April 21st.
April 21st next year. And the Mr. Register. 12 months. And a bonus, you're slashing. over 50% down the rate. Process no be in no over 600. Acquire 650. Wasumaju, a protected one kasa, and a protected consumer in the sense to say motorbike and as a tricycle never family and delivery no me bon number no me phone no so I was say to me chairman say I see me see we wa register or bentin on register it mean to me in yeah, it's very simple, simplicity.
Yeah, but nipa bibini
so ube fa de no every eha you enter baby a o fa de ne fi ede ko no se BBC a wo rider no commission be kwa back o.
Yeah,
SIC is part of the component into war insurance. Now they are teaming up with FDA and the Standard Board to see the this is what we're going to do about it. Your boss are doing over 1 year. Adienzo and the first 31st March. 31st deadline.
Yeah.
Every first month enforcement ebekoso. But you know what? Ankoso to 21st of April. Then nobody now catch and say, I don't know about it.
You don't know about it.
Nobody has educated us. How many times do we need? Yeah. To say yenim panzo ya shada si yenim.
Yeah.
I don't really
get pounds. My yeah.
Every me see me share branch be just on this line. I just took a meeting. I check. The news production and so me take a walk around. Let me share no. Okay, near machine it's your delivery. And then I say, oh, you deliver. I say, Annie. And then I say, nah, what register? What's the PCSRC commission? Also, what it? And I'm sure what register? And you'll be tuning motor now. And I'm say, what in the same? Onia, what in the same? And I'm was one dancer. And yeah, who tin. Oh, or register him said that bang. Foul phone no man main show. And I'm a boss star 928 star 007 hash. And I'm saying we Obianka say come office. Or say we momo bibi or say I momo. So you can equally register from here.
Yeah.
And put all the necessary documents no mobisano. Just put it in. How many minutes will it take you to scan your own document to your phone and then upload it? Now when you're into police, no, scan here. When them say, oh, you're registered. Only how? A protected consumer. A more event saying the leverage no say be to system no in a way say oh go far there no a be a church say oh pick here the every point A. Who could deliver the point B and now point Z? Say China Binipano, yet the Sububi airborne commission Baby Jinimama because hey, a branch in idea of 5. Offer if he say it is a baby, and on one can say, it says a baby bonnet, and I'm saying, aha, and to them say baby bonnet. So, what are you doing to yourself? Oh, I will register. Thank you so much. I see you register. But the Makacho, ye chewa, mengaso name, and I wish you made that. Ye chewa, a sport fine of 600 Ghana cedi. Yeah. So 600 Ghana cedi would have helped you to register. Yeah. So why do you go to waste it then?
So go and pay the 600. After that, you go and register again.
I don't understand us.
That is, you see, look, sometimes let's cut the government some slack. We blame government too much over every. Oh, now
who is the government?
Do something just so that everybody will be safe, everybody will be fine. And also the empower child. Oh sorry, I'll be blaming na chroma your time, na chroma your fee, and na card driver phone D road safety regulations. So and you see we complain about everything. Yet when laws are instituted, that we should obey them to regulate, to bring sanity to the space, we don't want to do it. I mean, how can we be so stubborn? We've been announcing this since January, if I can remember, right? All forms of announcements, all forms of education, including how to get yourself registered. We have done all of these, and it's been more than 20 days since the deadline, and you still have not registered. You have not made any attempt to register. I mean, how can we be this? Look, accident is in because of our own. Look, when we are supposed to stop, we are not stopping. We are moving. When
we don't obey any traffic regulation.
Light, we don't show light. You see drivers turning. People are turning without giving any indication that they are about, like recklessness. Yet we go to other and you see, look at these people. Look at how these people are well mannered. Or look at how they obey. It is because they obey their laws. They are no more humans than us. But because, look, politics is part of all this. Politicians obey and I say they will enforce their law. The Becca say we trim your day and no be a vote. So nobody is willing to enforce the laws to the latter. How can we be doing this to ourselves? How can we be doing this to ourselves? So for me, I support it absolutely. If you had to register by 31st March, you have not registered, they should let you pay the fine and go and register again. Next, you see, if you don't start from somewhere, it will become part of us. Oh, as Ghana 4D. Ghana 4D, Castle 31st, now will be. Why must we? Why can't we just obey laws, obey deadlines? It starts from that is why when for me, I believe strongly that if the foundation is not strong, it becomes difficult to change the person when they grow. If I am a teacher, you come to school without your homework, I'll discipline you because that is the foundation. That is the basic. People who were lazy, people who did not go through any discipline, it becomes difficult for them to adjust when they grow up. It becomes difficult for them. I like UCC for one thing. They say that UCC Okwa class, the lecturer will sack you because I can't allow you to come to class late. Then you go to work and be reporting late for work. Ibusa also go school where else UCC. It's an indictment on the integrity of the school. You come to write exams, you come late, you'll be sacked. Let's start from our education institutions. Imbibe discipline in the people.
I gave you an experience some time back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you went when you were fired.
Yeah.
That is serious country. Serious people who want to develop. They don't joke with time. They don't joke with basic rules. Discipline. You can't develop even the self, your own self.
Look at the
your own self. If you don't discipline yourself in terms of respecting time, you can't do anything. You can't prosper. You can't be successful in life. They invite you for a meeting, a business meeting at a particular time, and you go when you like. When you like, that is when you go. Check. Sorry, you call late. School, you call late. Ejuma, you call late. I mean, how do we expect to develop with this mindset? The same Ghanaian will go to the United Kingdom or the United States and will obey the rules and time.
Did you say United States?
What is this?
I call China, I call South Africa, Ubuadi. So I don't know what is eating us. Seriously, I don't know what is eating us.
We are just in this. Look, the gross indiscipline in this country. Indiscipline. You see people literally ask yourself, what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Basic rules. Don't do this. Don't pass here. Basic things. If you can't obey, you see, when I see somebody who doesn't obey institutional rules, it means the person doesn't. Because if you obey yourself, you have rules, you have values that you protect. So if you protect your values, you understand that these are the values that guide my life and I protect them. When you find yourself in any institution, it will not be difficult for you to obey the institutional rules. They've set a deadline to register. What things won't fa only organ, yeah, only organ until they won't follow form so. And sometimes you know what happens when they arrest some of these people. No, obey friend, no, artists are part of it, a software are part of it, and they think they are helping. You are not helping. Let me tell you something that happened. There was a day I went to school and sometimes the teacher beat me. I went to tell my mother. My mother held my hand, sent me to the teacher to beat me again. Yes, to discipline him again. So, but when you went and you get people to support you, they are encouraging the wrong behavior. As of for look, chiefs and pastors, religious leaders, imams and opinion leaders in society. When the law grabs somebody, don't plead. When you do that, you are encouraging wrong behavior. It is the reason we are in a mess of a country. Nothing is working in this country. Look at sanitation. Look at the way things are dirty in the country. Drivers don't obey traffic rules. Riders don't obey traffic rules. I am a victim. A young man in March, I narrated a story just in March about a month ago. Hit me, interrupted my day. I had to spend money, send him to the emotional trauma. I couldn't drive for about a week. The trauma, just because this guy could not just obey traffic rules, run into my car like that. Indiscipline on our road, indiscipline on our roads, indiscipline in our community in terms of sanitation, indiscipline. Nothing is working. Obey traffic rules and also say police still see no after phone afre yatimio nungwa barrier. Now also sebi on TSC say you are encouraging the wrong behavior. No also abai mini pamunjano. Shame on you. Shame on you. You are the reason we are where we are. If you ever pick a phone to plead on somebody, why are the bunny or abino embrana sonimu now what you phone a friend pachel, you are encouraging wrong behavior. That person will go and do that again. That person will go and do that again. No, Asanfrel, you are encouraging wrong behavior. When people offend the law and they are grabbed, let the law have its perfect course to the latter. Don't plead. If you are a chief, listen. If you want this country to develop, don't plead for such reckless acts. If you are a religious leader, opinion leader, don't plead. Allow the law to have its perfect. I like Kennedy Japan for one thing. He said you think you can just do anything. No. He doesn't tolerate those behaviors. When you're in the bar, you have to obey the laws. Obey.
Well, the laws are meant to govern us as a people. Yesterday, the police, the PCSRC, and also the MTTD were together to crack down. The question is from the ongoing PCSRC and MTTD crack down on unregistered riders of delivery and also courier service providers. You've been told after months of deadlines, many are still asking questions as to is this necessary order or pressured, already struggling their livelihood. People not struggling. Everybody is going to the delivery space. Let's follow the due process so that at the end of the day, the writings are done. You, the rider, you're protected. You, the consumer, you're protected. Everybody is protected. At the end of the day, that there will be that sanity in our ecosystem when it comes to courier, postal, and delivery services. And all this is unnecessary because we need to protect each other. We need to have the back of each other. The PCSRC, the sector minister, Semnata George, raised this question several months ago. I remember when the icons was being rolled out. He said, if the law catches up with you, he will not come to intervene.
Yeah.
This is not party matter.
Yeah.
We are talking about building a nation with people who are disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hear some of the things that people were saying, and then you go back to the old tapes with what people said then and what people are saying now, it turns out we've not changed. It turns out we are not learning. It turns out we are just leaving. That's all we're doing. And that is not fair for us as a nation if we really want to build up this nation. Then we have to be very, very disciplined. The process is there. Follow the process. I can have all the process offered. If you go to their website, you type www.pcsrc.gov.gh, you see register. Go and register. If you want to go through WhatsApp, they have a WhatsApp line, the 054 611. You follow the prompt or make it simpliciter. They make it in a way that even if you are not using Android, you can still register. Star 928 star 007 hash. Follow the process. You get registered. So I don't understand that they've made registration very simple. You don't need to, and we don't know their office. You don't have an excuse to know their office. That is why they've spent millions of cedis to develop a software to help you, so you can make things easier for you. The interface is very simple. You, the consumer, you should also help that when you're going to set delivery, you can enter the motor number, the registration number on the motor into the system and find out if this motor is registered.
Yeah.
If it's not registered, you turn the person off. Next time, they will go do the right thing.
Yeah.
We should also help the system.
Yeah.
As individuals, I'm not a delivery, but I do service. People pick products from me. Check whoever is going to do your delivery and see if they've registered. If they've not registered, tell the person, go register.
Yeah.
I can't use your service.
Yeah.
If we start doing this, people will begin to see the importance of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But if we also say, we
compromise.
No, we are not helping the system.
Yeah.
They're the same people who come back again and said, and I buying a roadway, and I buying build a schoolway, and I buying a say. We shouldn't be the contributors to this thing. I want us to go back to the field. I want you to take a lesson when you saw our reporters on the grounds and see some of the things that have been said, PCRC and then the MTTD. MCR, let's roll that tape. Let's go back to the field.
And I MBN TV so yaba beka won as media persons ye pese the media no eti atese na obia ehu na registration of transport deliverers for no say wo mo be register na bibia akoyie e dia ma wo man no enu ti na yaba no wo sha me chi hanmu a motos a wo mo register ye kwakwa enforce say wo mo be bo mo dia no mo register say na be yo wo mo mo di omunyama kwakwa mo mo no omo be kwa asundwe mu na wo mo so so mo nyama asundwe
say you for kuda tuo eti dey anya shi dey ona be mo dey swat for nem tuo aba e wi ade yeah, we are there.
Last time, the riders and on a yamo master. Sikana would be on any yamo. Yama way of was life men riding. The silence insurance for family. And they are from silence I must say, and over protected customers. Yeah, riders. Again, lunch to pay a mile. Hey, it's kind of why did they stop our partners? Not when they ask to register for us.
Please see this camera. Please watch the camera for me. This camera. How many is this on this road? It's only one. When somebody attacks you at that junction, how would this camera see?
Yeah, we have one button and then cameras and each and everywhere.
Four cameras.
Our customers. We are there. We should die like this. At least 250, 150, okay. Life is not what we're doing. Every 500, every 500. What is that? Because motors they never work in pay. Every day they will motor 100 then I back up. Who are going to we are using money. We are paying. And do back up to fuel, a day 200. And then where to 5%. And if you come a young tank already is done, Mumbo and Naka after so many times, I must say that just to punish me the right then. I'm moving up on the come. If you come a young tank, everything, I'm going to 25%. 200. I'm not perfect and I'm not perfect. Even as an village, go and register bike here. Oh, Ross, the way you can register bike here, insurance can work here. I cannot say nothing, you know. I can't be. Go again, I can register motor. Both for the one. She got them again in Shekule here. From one fete, much from one fete to Mabby Mukapone and in your office. Get him one of them after 600 minutes. Let's not talk about it. Yes, the government. I just want to know the registration.
All right, so our cameras were on the grounds yesterday, day one. The deadline ends, enforcement begins. The PCSRC and the police, MTTD, cracked down on unregistered delivery riders in the country. And it started from here. So if you're in any part of the country and you are listening to us, please make sure you do the right thing. It's not just in Accra. It's going to happen across the entire country.
Yeah.
And they will come unannounced. You see where the thing is? Unannounced. So if you have a fleet, please go register the bikes and be free.
Exactly.
Don't wait. I'm pleading. Minsada mensayem. Yeah, won't panya fight. This matter, I'm trying to get the PR for the PCSRC to tell us more about this enforcement. Is it going to be 9-day wonder? Or what are we going to see it happening? Because enforcement is necessary. But the real question is how it is implemented. And that I think it has started well. That balance defined the public trust. And we're looking forward to see the balance that is being struck. That you realize that although the argument, the police were calm, the PCSRC team there were calm, listening to them, but they were doing their job.
Yeah.
No confrontation.
But that is it, because what we are supposed to do, we've done it.
Yeah.
We have educated the public. We have done everything, given all the information we need to give. What the riders were doing is what we call emotional reaction. Yes, they are just reacting to, the fact that their bikes have been seized, their days have been interrupted, and all of that. Because, if you didn't know, so they never heard anywhere that you're supposed to register. When they heard, how did they react to that information? Oh, did they ask questions about how they can register, or they thought that it's one of those things? Ghana DSI, Council, you're right. So I think that it is just emotional reaction. I hope they will sustain this, effort, sustain this momentum until we have all riders registered in this country. That is law enforcement. Look, I was talking about how people intervene when the law gets hold of those who offend. The reason why the typical Ghanaian who will not obey the laws in Ghana will go to UK or US and obey the law is because they know that emrani ejuma. Emrano so mua obien ho beken biama. But onim so e de obetimi afre ne ofa bi, obetimi afre ne uncle bi ne auntie bi, obetimi afre boss bi onim na ono so afre obi. Nti onim so aha de obetimi anya oje didim, aha de ahajo. Oh, aha de ha inside the laws don't work. You see the mentality. The same person, different jurisdictions, they will obey the law in another man's country because they know that as for their so when they are driving, they obey traffic rules. They can't litter anyhow. When they are asked to do something, they pay their taxes. They do whatever is required of them. Their responsibilities as citizens or whatever it is, are immigrants, they do. But when they are in their own country now, say no, they won't do it. They live anyhow because they know say I had the emrani nejuma on me cancel or money. yɛdeka sɛ o yɛma mo up to a mu register mo se mo register no yɛn register ɛyɛ deɛ ɔmbɛsa extend the deadline no like honestly when you want to study the behavior of the Ghanaian in terms of law enforcement, you see that I can't kakra honestly.
I think this enforcement applying to it. You can call us what you make of the enforcement. It needs to be carried to the latter so that the writings will be done at 053 715 8638 053 715 8368 is the numbers. You can also join us. You can share your thoughts with us. Let's pick your thought on this. Those of you who are following, you know that sincerely and honestly, MBN TV, that's a Mega TV, will be able to consistently follow this PCSRT stuff for months now. We talk about it. At least in every month we see something about it, even when it roll out and then the countdown for the deadline. We made a whole lot of noise about it just to remind ourselves. We brought a PR into the studio. We got people calling from across the country, ask questions that were answered. So if someone says, oh, I don't know, you are just being emotional. The point is that the law is the law.
The law is the law.
The process needs to be followed. So let's follow the process and do the right thing. Get yourself registered. The simple one is a *928 *007 hash. Anybody listening to me, you can key it. Even if you want to do delivery, you can also key, and it gives you very interesting things you can look for. The *928 *007 hash. The moment you key in that, these are the things that it shows: registration. What is it? Welcome to PCSRC. Registration, delivering, login. So as a rider, it gives you the space to log in the item you are picking from one jurisdiction to another destination. You can, as an individual, you can verify the license as to whether the person you are using is licensed. So you know, say, you can also do report incident. It's an incident that happened between you, the customer, and the rider. You can report the incident. So it gives you that space to do that. So why don't we encourage those we do the business with, those who carry our things one way or the other, from one point to the other, to encourage them to register. Anka we omuhu we oh we there no so na oh we even grow for no cry and bring the writing bye now come on sir and let's all do the right so we can help build this nation together we can do it. 053-715-8638 a number sound so obetimi afre achre you can share your thoughts via WhatsApp or SMS, or you can give us a call. What you make of the enforcement? I mean, the crackdown, the enforcement is necessary. Is enforcement becoming the new phase of governance in Ghana? Because I've always said that thing that is worrying us: implementation, enforcement, the culture of maintenance, and in discipline. And high as a nation. If we are able to overcome all this, Ghana will always be the finest place to be. And that takes us straight into, whilst waiting for your messages and your call, let's go into other matters. And this time we want to look at the newspapers, how the headline stories were captured by the various newspapers across the country. And that is what we are going to do right away for you, our viewers out there. But you can also call us 053-715-8638. It's the numbers. You can call us now, or you can send a message to us. We want to see what you make of the enforcement of the law. It's Wednesday, the 22nd day of April 2026.
2026.
Yeah, I said a days in January.
Hey, and near my see about 2026. Yeah, ain't me crying. Hey.
Well, let's start with the Herald newspaper. Let's whilst waiting for your
but only you be kind.
As they
say, we just scowl butumwa. Because
okay.
Scowl butumwa because this new Janin tentem. But say, now pentamama busumiasu. Now I discar. Because this name, it's relative. It depends on your pocket.
Okay, it's relative. It depends on your pocket. 0537158638. We're waiting for your calls, and then right after the calls, we switch over. We go to bring you the headline stories, how the newspapers also capture their top headlines for today. 0537158638 is the number. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, so you can call us 0537158638. Numbers also which we have Obanyo Travel Labine on 05371511 since last year, ke okwe from the Postal Courier Regulatory Commission, Service Providers Courier Regulatory Commissioner. Ameke ni BP ehwe no bona fe ni ke ofe delivery oba register bona Africa no ko ni naboe amanya mewa oya wo no ko kaje ko wo akeno no ya wo ebo ni oya hani eko ya load moko moko ni bi ni ko esani awo ni ke oba wo how ni ohe ba shaboe. The can be in FA or by almost now. I can register. Can call off a business. Business fan can register. Be it an enterprise, be it a corporation, be it a small business, can register. What a bad job. Not a Postal Courier Service a Regulatory Commissioner AVG. Once no we are here near oh, at trouble. I wouldn't be naked to be a kayabi. Pharmacy near motorbikes, you can feel delivery. Near fun, register more. That is what they are asking. And I'm in the can be over 1 year and what I be 1 year here, months. Can they crowd over 7-8 months for speaking about this severally. What man be any enforcement by me pack one for many feel we have for can follow due process. I can never balance 0537158638 the number sending Obanyo Travel Labine ni Bongoke or Agbasane. Obet me a friend and the pay Bibi Chiwadri a far enforcement here air coso or your delivery. Crofosumau or form Niama if you one point to the other. Corner register senior beya yencho. We for Okada for a Fanipao. We for almost delivery service. Almost courier services. Munko register. Men can say me share events is a provider biasin na me provider non cover register ma wa na anya de ton. All right, so whilst waiting for your calls, we can still go through our headlines this morning. Let me start with the let the phone numbers be on the screen, so anybody who wants to call, you can call and also react to any of the conversation we had this morning with regards to the PCSRC in collaboration with the MTTDA of the Ghana Police Service, making sure that unregistered courier, postal, and delivery service companies and institutions, individuals who have not registered will be clamped down.
Clamped down.
Maybe how did you want to say, oh, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Few. So if you have any question, you can call us 053-715-863. And I have just 2 minutes to wrap up this, and then we go to the news review. 053-715-8638. I know the courier service is back. It is becoming lucrative.
Yeah.
So that at least we can deal with fraudsters. We can deal with the miscreants in that area as well. So it's very important. Very, very important. So we can deal with all those miscreants. So it's very important. 053-715-8638 and numbers. So let's get to hear you right away, right now, right here. Or send messages, SMS, or WhatsApp to the same number on 053-715-8638. For the sake of our viewers, I want us to go back to the field to watch that tape again from our reporters, and then we wrap up on that note and go for the news headlines.
As media persons, registration of transport deliverers for no say register let be I don't see ana yabano musha mechi hanwa motors a womo register ye kwakwa enforce say womo bebo omodia womo register say na bele womo mudi omunyama kwakwa momo no omo beko asundwe mu na womo so omunyama asundwe
say ni for kuda tuo iti be enyashi ya wana be mo de swat wona mu tuo aba wi ade yeah, we are there.
Last time, the riders and on any moment, Sikana would be on any medium. Never way of was life men riding some silence insurance for family. I must say, and over protected customers. Yeah, right. Again, lunch. Hey, cannot why did they stop our partners? Not register when they ask to register for us.
Please see this camera. Please watch the camera for me. This camera. How many is this on this road? It's only one. When somebody attacks you at that junction, how would this camera see?
Yeah, we have motors and they cameras and everywhere. And our customers. We are there. We should die like that. Just last year, at least 2 people, 150, okay. Life is new road where you can every 500. Because motors and baby they work in pay. Every day they will motor 100. Then a becca. Who do a good job at the over quarter day. Who bet you we are using money. We are paying and you back up to fuel a day 200. If you come young with tank already exam, Mumbo and Naka after some time, I must say David, just to punish me the right end. I come up in our already. If you come young with everything, I'm going to take Papa 200. I'm not perfect and I'm not perfect. Go and register bike here. Oh, bros,
The way any car register by insurance can road can be here. I cannot nothing, you know. I can't be. Go again, I can hear. I know register more trouble. Both full and one. She got them again. Is she full here? From one fete, much from one fete to Mama be more funny and in your office. Get them one of them after 600 minutes. Let's not talk for it. Apple. Yes, the gas and I just want to know the registration.
All right, so those are reporters on the ground, Dachin Hima, and then you saw Najima Odote with the entire camera team there to bring it up to speed with what is happening with the enforcement of the law. I mean, we need to be disciplined enough to be able to handle the situation. So the enforcement is ongoing. All you need to do is to make sure you register. Once you're in the courier and the postal courier and delivery service, please register so that we don't get this chaotic scene that we're seeing. The system, the ecosystem, when it comes to the postal and the courier service delivery, will be sanitized. It will be sanitized. On this note, we go for a break. When we return, we'll bring in the headline stories. Please stay with us.
assaulted and beaten. We've seen several cases where they give them a beating of their lives. We don't want that. Let us deal with them legally and by law. And so if we arrest them, we hand them over to the police, they are prosecuted, and whatever the court says has to be done will be done. And so I think that's what I'll say. With regards to, in order to have a sustainable cotton industry, we must have ginaries to buy the cotton and process the cotton. Otherwise, again, we'll produce cotton and there's no ginnery to process it. And so the cotton is one of the crops that has been identified as a priority crop to be reintroduced. But in the meantime, cotton has a value chain, because from the cotton to the production of textiles, it's a whole value chain. And so in the meantime, we have companies that are setting up textiles factories. In Savlugu, North Shore is coming up. If you go to the south, there are several textile companies coming up. And so in the meantime, our intention is to import raw cotton from Benin, because Benin is one of the largest exporters of cotton, so that the textile factories can have some cotton to operate while we backward integrate into our own economy. With regards to Doctor of Medical Laboratory Science, let me thank my little sister who asked that question. The issue is currently before the Fair Wages Commission, and so we expect a proper outcome so that they can be placed on the right pedestal where they belong. And so I'm sure that soon the issue of Doctor of Medical Laboratory Science will be resolved so that you are placed at the appropriate level. With the issue of dredging dams, we at the national level are doing some. When the Agri Minister spoke, he spoke about rehabilitating existing dams and drilling, constructing new ones. I know that there are older dams that exist. Some of them are silted, but others too, because of the lack of water, we're drawing more water from them than we normally would. And so we either have to enlarge them and dredge them so that they can contain more water. But that one, it will come principally from the members of parliament and the district chief executives. You must do an inventory of the dams you have in your area. There's funding for rehabilitating these dams. And so if you have an inventory of those dams and you come to the Agri Ministry or any of the other ministries that administer these funding, they can arrange funding for you to rehabilitate your dams. The last question is actually meant for, it's a family question about party executives going for elections and how we'll handle them. That one is actually General who should be answering that question. But in politics, I mean, we stand for positions, and from time to time the party must reorganize. And there were some who came before us and others who will come after us. And so it's an occupational hazard for us. It's an opportunity for us to work for the party. But also, if there are any benefits, we must make sure that we also take advantage of them. That's why I keep telling our party executives that don't sit and think that some manna is going to fall from heaven. Look at the programs government is doing and see how you can fit into the programs. It is sometimes we are our own enemies. Yesterday I was sitting with a few of our executives, and one of our chairmen has bid and won the contract to build one of our 24-hour markets. And the youth say, why did they give the contract to him? And it was a tender, you know. So when you dance forward, your father will die. You dance backward, your mother will die. You go sideways, your brother will die. You go left, your sister will die. If you don't dance to you yourself, you will die. Our party chairman, one of them has won a contract. The youth say, why did we give it to him? He's not a good contractor. We should have gone to bring a contractor from outside. You can never win. And so let's take advantage of what's available. But I can say, that in the history, I've been in the NDCs for God knows how many decades. In the, are also able to get the opportunity to be able to get a job and get a decent living. So we'll keep working at it, but don't give up. Even if you go for the elections, I think it's at the end of the year, and you lose, you are still a party member, and we can redeploy you in some other area rather than just being the position that you were. So thank you very much, and God richly bless all of us.
All right, so from we went straight to the city town where the enforcement went on yesterday with the PCSRC. Then we trekked down to the northern part of the country, and you had the president resetting tour is on, resetting Ghana. The tour started from the northern sector, went through Bimbila for the commission of the modern market, for the 24-hour modern market hub, which is built around the 261 districts across the country, and they trekked down to the UDS to share the plans for the country Ghana. And that brings us to another phase of the conversation. But what do you make of the president's conversation with the people of Ghana, especially starting the reset in Ghana tour in the northern region? Capital Tamale.
The president, while addressing the Ghanaian people, also sees the opportunity to address his
the party
folks.
People, right?
Yeah, and I like what he said. Don't think that someone will be gonna draw from heaven for you.
No.
Look at the policies, the programs that government is running, and how you fit in. But then I also want to just make a special appeal that no preference is given to somebody just because they are affiliated, right? I wouldn't have any problem if people bid, like you were saying in the case of, the chairman who bidded and won a contract to build one of the 24-hour markets.
And then the party people and the sector with it.
Yes. So if the person bids and wins, if the person has what it takes, and genuinely wins, why not? I mean, they are also Ghanaians, right? So yes, let's all, not just NDC folks, everybody, including you and I, look at the various programs that government is working, where you fit in. And yeah, lobby, no manabia is falling for anywhere. No allowance is going to go for anybody just because they are a member of a particular party or a mobile also. It no go happen. Yeah. So I like that. But like I will say again, no special preferential treatment whatsoever should be given to somebody in the case that, yes, if L and I are bidding, we are both competent. We are both qualified. We have resources that it takes to do the work. L is NDC, I'm not NDC. If they give the thing to L, I wouldn't have a problem. Of course. As for that one, I wouldn't have a problem. But in the case where I am more qualified than L, I meet the minimum criteria, and then they give it to L rather, just because he's NDC. That is where the problem comes in, right? So we all understand that, by association, people will have some advantage, but they should still meet the qualification. That was yesterday I was saying that if they want to appoint party folks to be MMDCs, it makes sense. It is the reason they also join the political parties. That is why we want people with diverse experience, diverse skills and competencies to join the political parties. Politics should be for serious people, as the philosopher said. Politics is a serious business, so it should be left in the hands of serious people, of people who have the competence, not just anybody. Be a person any politics. We need people who are competent contractors, competent doctors, competent nurses, I know some of these civil servants, they can't do politics, but once you decide to become a member of the party, please be competent, so that when a city is given to you, when an enterprise is given to you to run, you will do a good job, so that when you are bidding and they give it to you, it will be fair. But not when people don't qualify, but just by association, just because they belong to the party, then it be job for the boys. Most of the people we give NADMO to L, it is just because they were deputy communication or communication. It runs, I'm not referring to anybody, but it runs through almost all the constituencies. most of the people who go to YEA office, you check, they were youth organizers in the various constituencies. I don't have a problem with it, but the person should be qualified. At least wisdom should tell you, basic wisdom. I like some of the things some of the NDC people did. They positioned themselves so that when the party came into power, some of them went to school, some of them learned skills. So when the party came into power, they gave them, it's like they qualify for it. Wisdom should tell you that my Baba constituency youth organizer say my party we near you be in position. Basic wisdom should tell you that start acquiring the competency for it. Basic wisdom should tell you that.
So
it shouldn't just be that because I'm a member of the party. Be competent, know how to do the work. Yeah, the Mawa Bernard will not have a problem with it. But in the case where you don't have what it takes to do the work, not just by the mere fact that you are a member of the party, and you know could digwa, you be trouble.
So once again, I will say good morning to you for just joining us, and welcome back to the Morning Focus. Now, beyond the breaking news and the updates, the newspaper this morning are carrying deeper perspective and bold headlines and stories that sets the tone for national conversation. So we're going to look at all those things. So let's take a look at what is making the front pages this morning across Ghana today. We begin with the front pages. So we dive into the newspaper and see how today's stories are being framed. Some of them will read some of the extras from the stories. You know that song Headline from the Midnight Star? You know they have the extra, read all about it. You know, it's a beautiful song, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to read all about it, the headlines. Have you read the headline this morning? So, as a Seidu Nketiah's early NDC flag bearer campaign,
Seidu
Nketiah. Seidu Nketiah. Seidu Nketiah early NDC flag bearer campaign Abel's Julius Deborah, that with ... on it. Then Auditor General dismantles the 427 million on end salary claim, admits error, clears defense official. This is a sad story, right? Viral video exposes migrant struggles in South Africa. You saw that video where the South African are questioning some Ghanaian and that you have to go to your home country. I mean, when I look at the video, I was asking myself, what nonsense is this in Africa? Why are the South Africans that when those apartheid regime were fighting for them, praying for them, now is that how they treat fellow Africans? Wow.
South Africans have been noted for that.
Yeah, Get Funds pays 199.47 million Ghana cedis amidst free SHS feeding crisis. Rawlings family consoles General Nunu Mensah over wife's death. It's also the stories on the front page of the Herald newspaper this morning.
All right. From the Herald, what do I do? Okay, from the Herald, let me do the Source newspaper. High Court grants Abu Trika 30 million Ghana cedi bail. And release full CRC report, Democracy Hub to government. High Court erred on OSP prosecutorial powers. That is according to the minority in Ghana's parliament. And the big one here, NDC 2028 race. Julius Deborah, Seidu Nketiah battle it out. Let me just take essence of that story. A new survey carried by Africa Policy Lens, APL, has revealed that the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Julius Deborah, and the National Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Seidu Nketiah, are in a neck-to-neck race for the party's 2028 presidential candidature slot. You can continue reading that story on page 3 of the Source newspaper. These are the major headlines on the Source. I will go on to take the Custodian. And the Custodian says, minority exposes government over joined up assault on OSP. Ghana's domestic debt up by 24 billion Ghana cedi in the year 2025. And Anodompre provides water for 5 communities in Sawam Adwejiri. That is his constituency. You can see a picture of the Honorable Member of Parliament for Sawam Adwejiri, also the Chief Whip, and in a sword cutting ceremony with some people behind him. There's a polytank, Gold Board gives 86,454 to 10-year-old girl battling brain tumor. That is good. And the big one here again, similar to that of the source, NDC bigwigs jostle to succeed Mahama. Asiedun Ketia, Julius Deborah lead in tight race. APL polls reveal. These are the major stories on the front page of the custodian newspaper. Looks like the popular news headline today is the run-up to 2028 election in the camp of the NDC. Let me take the Accra Times. We'll get this once in a while. You are my political pillars. Ayariga. I think the headline is not too clear, but I think that is Ayariga speaking there. Drug abuse is dangerous and destructive. Very, very destructive. Engineers and planners to provide local employment for Daman youth. That is according to the Lands Minister. Minority raises concerns over OSP development. Longest serving DC for Busa traditional area. I don't know. Speaker Bagbin calls for stronger institutions. Good news for North. Mahama to self-finance Tamale water project. Absolutely good news. Plans to establish 5 processing plants underway. I've brought you the story of Speaker Bagbin calling for stronger institutions already. These are the stories on the front page of the Accra Times. And I'll go on to take the National Voice. What is the National Voice saying? Mahama, the President of the Republic, is on the front page. Mahama promised to stop Galamsey. He has rather escalated it. Mahama promised to stop Galamsey, but he has rather escalated it. You'll get right where this is coming from. Kaisos Mining judgment debt claim swells to 905 million United States dollars as Ghana prepares for final hearing. Has a picture of the Attorney General Dominic Ayine on the front page. 2028 NDC 2028 race tight as Johnson Esiedun Ketia, Julius Zebra run neck and neck, according to the APL latest survey. Stories on the front page of the National Voice.
All right, so from the National Voice, let's go straight to the phone line and talk to Ni Ediyabwa. Ni, good morning.
Hi, good morning, El. How are you?
I'm good by His grace, and how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Great. We're looking at what transpired yesterday in terms of the deadline and then the enforcement of the ongoing exercise by your outfit in collaboration with the MTTD of the Ghana Police Service.
Yes.
So, I mean, somebody, why now after the deadline? What triggered the full enforcement?
All right. So, like you said, the Honorable Minister gives permission effective 1st April to undertake the enforcement exercise, and the dates had to be agreed upon by the 2 parties undertaking the exercise. So there is the time that is convenient for the 2 parties, and we'd like to say that it's not going to be the last. Some more exercises will be undertaken, and like we always do, it will be unannounced. A lot has been done via engagements with the various rider groups, and they know what to do. So if they have elected to renege on what they have to do, it will be rather unfortunate that for such an exercise is not necessary.
Now, if you look at the videos that came up when our team went to the grounds to chance on the exercise that was ongoing, were operators given enough time and information on this?
Oh, yes. They will tell you, like I rightly indicated, that we've been engaging with their leadership. So there are various rider unions, and we have been in touch with those rider unions. We have been meeting with them, and we've been telling them how to undertake the registration process. They know what the requirements are. They know what other documents that we need. They know that it's easy to do this. The short code that they dial, and they follow the prompts to do so. And they also know that the important will happen. Just that the date they do not know.
Now, looking at what transpired yesterday, are we balancing regulation with economic survival?
You see, many people have been asking this question, or they've been posting that we are after people and denying them their daily bread or their happiness. That is not the problem. You see, the act that establishes the commission, Act 649, under Section 10, says that it is illegal, it's actually criminal to offer delivery services without a license issued by the commission. So anybody at all, be an entity or an individual who desires to offer delivery service, must have a license issued by the commission. And in the absence of that, you are actually committing a criminal offense. And you would have to be brought to do so. So we are there to enforce the law, not to take people's daily bread from them. No. Rather to enforce the law and help them to have the legal recognition, which is a requirement.
But does this mean what does this mean for young people relying on the delivery services?
All it means for them is that they go to the short code *928*007#, follow the prompts, and regularize their service. It's as simple as that. Once you have that, and you have your license, and you have your unique code that identifies you as a licensed delivery service provider, you are free to offer your service. I must say here that yesterday, a number of guys willingly even came to us, and they demonstrated to some of their colleagues that they have done it. This is how it is done. So they verified their status, and it indicated on their phones that they are known to the commission. And they are free to offer their service. But once you do not have it, and you fall foul of the law, you are actually a criminal under Section 10 of Act 649. This exercise will catch you, and you will have to, go through whatever process you have. I must say also that the law prescribes that either you are paying a fine or you're sent to court where you serve a prison term, or you face good punishment. At the end of the day, if you come back and you still want to engage in this service, you have to go through the process and still get your license.
Now, currently, we know a sport fine of 600 Ghana cedis is what has been churned out in the public space. How true is it that when one is picked, you are fined 600 cedis?
Yes, so that is the penalty that those flouting the law get to pay.
Hello?
That's 600. Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, L. Yes, L, can you hear me? I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, L, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well, I think we've lost Nee on the line, but I think if we can get Nee back on the line, I really want to find out that we hear of a sport fine of 600 Ghana cedis. That is a charge once you are picked by the law, according to the law which establishes the act that established the PCSRC. The Section 10 tells you exactly that if you operate without a license, it's a criminal offense, and you could face the laws, and then you may be fined or go for a prison term as well. This and many other stuff also happening in the various aspects of the regulation. So we'll go back to the conversation with Nee. Nee, are you back online?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Great. I was finding out that we lend us a sport fine of 600 Ghana cedis. How true is this?
Yes, so that is a penalty that those who do not have license are made to pay. And like I said, or like I indicated earlier on, operating without a license is deemed a criminal offense. So either you're paying that fine or you're sent to court, you're prosecuted, you serve a prison term, or you pay the fine and still serve a prison term. So we encourage all the young ones, rather than going through that ordeal, get onto the portal, get your services duly recognized. Then you are free to offer your service.
Now, after paying the fine, do you go ahead again if you want to be in business to go through the process again?
Yes, so the fine is the price you are paying for not abiding by the laws.
Okay.
That is separate from going to the portal to regularize your service. So when you go into the portal, you learn what fees there are for you to pay. That is why we are encouraging everyone to avoid the ordeal of having to pay the fine. Get onto the platform, pay the prescribed fees or the prescribed fees, and then you are good to offer your service.
Now, those listening, if you could take us through some of the processes. We know that if you have any of the phones, irrespective of whether it's an Android or an iOS or the normal one, we always call it the YAM, you can still register by starting star 928 star 007 hash and follow the process. Or you can go to, I know you have a WhatsApp number. What was the WhatsApp number too?
Yes, so you can dial 0596 111 611. It's a WhatsApp chat bot. You follow the prompts and then you get to register your service. And for corporate entities, they have to go onto our website because the requirements for them are a bit more than what is required of individual riders. So they'll go onto our website, they hit the register button, and they follow the prompts. They upload all the documents required of them, and then they also get their license to operate.
They also get a license to operate. So the corporate bodies will have to go to the www.pcsrc.gov.gh.
Exactly so.
And then for the individuals, you can do the 059 6111 and 611.
Yeah, you can do that. Or you do the USSD code star 928 star 007 hash. And you follow the prompts to register your business.
Now, from the conversation we're having, it looks like enforcement is replacing engagement. An already existing courier and postal service delivery providers.
So for everyone who uses the service of a delivery person, I want to start with consumers. So consumers who patronize the service of delivery companies, they also can go onto the portal and verify the status of that delivery person. So if you dial the short code star 928 star 007 hash, you can go to verify, enter the license plate of your desired courier service provider, and you learn there whether he's duly licensed to offer courier service. Then you can go on to do business with him or her. As a provider, you also get onto that same platform, and you get licensed to continue offering your service. In the absence of this, particularly for operators, they always will fall out of the law, and the law enforcement agencies will come after them together with the commission.
Well, I've gotten two messages, one from Stephen and one from Kweku. Kweku said I should ask you, what do we benefit if we register? What are the benefits that comes with registering with a commission?
Yes, so many people have been asking that question. You see, it starts with being having that legal recognition. First and foremost, you've got to regularize your service. It is criminal to offer your service without a license. It's as simple as that. It is criminal to offer your services without a license. So you get the license, then you come on board you get to benefit from all the many things that the commission does for operators. I can't list all the benefits that you get here, but the legal recognition is the first and foremost thing that you get by getting your license with the commission.
Well, another one comes in, and I even picked that from one of the bikers yesterday, was saying that they go register with the DVLA, insurance and other stuff is all done at one point. It's not about time the commission should look at having somebody in the place of where they do their registration of their DVLA licensing and other stuff at one point and say, okay, are you going to use your bike for delivery services so that we can provide you with a license here at a go so that it become one-off?
Yes. We've gone beyond that.
Okay.
We've gone beyond that because we have introduced the portal. And the portal is easy to access, like you rightly said. You use your feature phone. You can just dial the short code and you get to do what you need to do on the platform. You send the hi or hello to the WhatsApp chatbot, and it also helps you to do what you need to do. You visit our website, www.bcsrc.com.gh. You hit register and you do what you have to do. So, as to sending people to be stationed at those places, they are not bad suggestions, but I think we've gone far beyond that.
Ni Yabua, we want to say a big thank you. We'll come back to you maybe later tonight to have more conversation. I know you do unannounced, so we'll leave you for now. I will be back with you again.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Right, thank you so much for talking to us. That's the Public Relations Officer and the Consumer Unit from the PCRC speaking to us. Ni Yabua, telling us more of what you're supposed to do is one of the things. But we'll be joining us in the studios shortly. Right after this break is a man from the New Patriotic Party. Yeah, he'll be joining us in the person of Mesue. In French we say Mesue, right? In Ga Onupa, opening in tree. Yes, yeah. I don't see if we Eastern region a crapping gun man will be joining us. We'll be looking from government to opposition. What is the MPP's verdict on Ghana's current direction and its own legacy? It's a good topic, isn't it? Good. We'll be having the man to join us right after. But let's go through this one. You did the voice. Did you do the voice? So the Voice newspaper, you've done the Voice already. Yeah. So okay. So we have the Voiceless. The Voice and the Voiceless. Done the Voice. Please do the Voice. I should do the Voiceless. Okay. The Voiceless says, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia writes. Okay. What did he write? Earlier today, I engaged a high-level breakfast meeting with European Union ambassadors in Accra. The meeting brought together the heads of missions from 10 EU member states: Austria, the Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, and Malta, alongside the delegate from the European Union. A constructive and forward-looking discussion focused on shared priorities, including regional security, deepening economic cooperation, as well as expanding investment opportunities in Ghana. I also reiterated my steadfast commitment to strengthening Ghana's democratic institution, advancing a suitable economic growth, and promoting inclusive serial development. And that's a very deep one from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, right? The Voiceless. I like the newspaper, The Voiceless. The Voiceless. Wow, the Voiceless. Great. Okay, so we have the Business and Financial Times. Sylvia Inkum named the first bank CEO. Government a dual role in wealth creation key to inclusive growth. Julius Deborah. Chamber of Mines reject 46% retention claim. Over 30% of locally produced cereals contaminated. This is where my heart bleeds when I hear some of these things. You don't feel like eating, but you can't stay without eating as well. Upstream petroleum sector at a critical Jencha. An interview with the CEO of the Ghana Upstream Petroleum Chamber is there. And then Access Bank MD inspires women leadership. Those are the stories on the Business and Financial Times.
Let me take the Republic Press. Minority cries for OSP as office lands in government crosshairs. Let me try and read just
crying more than the bereaved, isn't it?
The Member of Parliament for Gushegu and Ranking Member on Parliament's Legal Affairs Committee, Hassan Tampoli, has accused elements within the political and legal space of orchestrating a deliberate campaign to weaken the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, following its pursuit of high-profile corruption cases. Just essence of that story there. Mustafa Hamid trial in limbo, case caught in OSP AG crossfire. Baumia engages EU envoys on economy and security cooperation. Abu Trika is also here. He's been granted bail. Press and assent to aging bill, government urged, and the government approves payment of arrears for newly recruited teachers. These are stories on the front page of the Republic Press.
Now the headlines on the Daily Banner say that Sidun Ketia narrowly leads Julius Deborah in NDC 2028 race new APL survey. Minority vows to resist executive takeover of anti-corruption fight. You also have the Abu Trika bail story there. And as Adamos remains committed to advancing the interests of mining communities on the front page of it, where the management of the Adamos Resource Limited and lines commitment to addressing the interests and also the concerns with the local communities in the Nzima area of the Western region. Those are some of the excerpts of the story on the Daily Banner.
All right, let me take the Metro Lens MIIF, that is the Mineral Income and Investment Fund. Net 5.43 billion in royalties. Page 6 has the story. Abu Trika granted bail of to a sum of 30 million Ghana cedis. NDC bent on weakening OSP. That is according to the minority in Parliament. And Asedun Ketia and Julius are also here. Asedun Ketia pips Julius Deborah in NDC 2028 race. That is according to a new APL poll. Yeah, these are stories on that front page.
All right, the new publisher has OSP court cases in limbo. Mustafa Hamid trial stopped. Minority demand urgent action. Cocoa farmers cut off. A cocoa farmer cut off his own penis. His penis. He cut off his own penis, right?
Just like that too.
Just like that. Oh, yes, and yes, and this is 2028 flag bearer race. Even this split.
On
something from Hawa. No, we trade for into I'm saying on the hand to a trade for your bed. Like you also have the Abu Trika story down the new publisher.
Yeah, so the Chronicle has the Mosquito and Julius Deborah story. Mosquito leads Julius Deborah. APL poll reveals.
But Deborah is praying. What is he doing? Is he saying, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom. Or he's doing, oh my God, I need you now. Look at the way he bows his head. Shows that he's in a prayerful mood. And he's saying, oh God, take lead, take me through it. Oh, yea, though I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I fear no mosquitoes. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be a very interesting contest, but I feel like Julius is restricted in some way because of his role. You know, Chairman has been touring in his capacity at the
point that he just said thank you to and he was doing politics.
Say, oh yeah, thank you to. But Julius cannot go and do thank you to because you are needed in the Jubilee House. You are needed to as a.
That is why I say,
as a chief.
Oh Lord my God, when I'm in awesome wonder, consider God, consider me, Lord.
Consider me.
Don't pass me by.
Mosquito person there.
Mosquito too is biting the man.
It's biting across the country. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So we have that story on the front page of the Chronicle. Gold Board rescues 10-year-old girl with brain condition. Let me take the verse for the day. Psalm 37, the verses 35 to 36, 35 and 36. I have seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree. That is David. But he soon passed away and was no more. Though I looked for him, he could not be found.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about people who acquire wealth through wrong means. Says that I have seen a wicked and ruthless man flourishing like a luxuriant native tree.
I think that is a prayer of Julius Deborah. I've seen the mosquito like a luxuriant, a native tree, but he will soon,
pass away. I'll look for him. I'll look for him.
So he will crush the mosquito.
We hope to see.
He's going to crush the mosquito.
I say agro any femo.
And he will crush the mosquito.
Ghana any Brazil koboa enye ni onim pa ya bo.
No. Obe crush him. But one umpire now, Bono. I love that pencil. Oh boy. The Ghanaian publishers say revoke hit Goldfield's deal. Kaka tells government. Minority accused government of plots to weaken OSP. You also have the Gold Board story and the Mustafa Hamis trial. And the mosquito and the Julius story as well. So you move on.
Yeah, the Informer has the OSP story as well. Comes to the picture of Hassan Tampoli, the SP himself, Kisie Jabe, and the AG. Baumia walks talk unites NPP ahead of 2028 elections. Stop meddling in chieftaincy disputes. Otunfo warns politicians. IMF urges Ghana and Sub-Saharan Africa to accelerate reforms, private sector growth. Accelerate reforms and private sector growth. Intimidation can't break us. Baumia, as he alleges crackdown on free speech. Stories on the front page of the Informer.
The Meridian has a story of the NDC 2028. Asiedu and Julius Eli. As Asiedu takes early lead over Julius Deborah APL survey stories. They're killing the OSP minority slum NDC by corruption fight. That's a two major banner headline on the Meridian newspaper.
The Ghanaian point, the state must be both a facilitator and active participant in wealth creation. So not just a facilitator, but also an active participant in wealth creation. That is according to Julius Deborah, who has been on almost all the front pages. Asante Hene to Anna Mahama and Kufuado and Kufuor with prestigious gold medal. NPP stages Yensuro Ehunehuna demonstration in Sunyai over arrest of party members. High Court grants 30 million. That is a Butrika story here. Outdated meters behind high electricity charges, not overbilling. That is according to the Electricity Company of Ghana. Stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Point.
All right, so when you look at the daybreak stories this morning, also have the banner headlines about the NDC raise, airport police rescue adopted girl nap suspect. Then you have the Laura Paramount chief dead, so rest in peace. Then under fire, broken $500 million deal with a $65 million chase. Hey, Charlie, Martin Pebu is there.
He's there.
Speaking of behalf of Kaka.
Anyway.
Hey, the man is in the fire, right? Okay, so this is the story, daybreak.
So daybreak, let me do the inquisitor. Let me take this one first because he's hardly in the news. Kenneth Gilbert AJ, the minister in charge of works and housing. You know, what is this? Kwamnidio smells. I don't think I'm reading that right. Exclusive on Sagleme housing project, right?
Oh, okay.
Kwamnidio smells. So that is why we have the housing minister on the phone. He's hardly in the news, so I decided to take this one first. Tension over Adamu's resources. Assembly members demand urgent government intervention. GM vows to sustain single-digit inflation. Coming up, NDC MPP gurus playing mafia game over Sagleme housing project. Names to drop soon. Watch out for this in the Inquisitor.
Now let's do the Daily Graphic. The Daily Graphic's a resolving rubber fund. Outgrowers evade repayment for 20 years. Banks, industry players petition ministry to revive the scheme. Ghanaian immigrant to benefit from Spanish immigration amnesty. Then Sylvia Income named the first national bank CEO. Get Fund releases 199.47 million Ghana cedis to settle the free SHS and TVET arrears. Stories on the Daily Graphic.
All right, from the Daily Graphic, let me take the Supreme newspaper. A court halts NPA proceedings over challenge to OSP authority. It makes sense. I told you that if I'm being prosecuted by OSP, me in court because his powers have been challenged. NDC 2028 flag bearer race evenly split. Some people say I said this in the list. Others say evenly split with no runaway leader. Okay, we have to read the survey to get what exactly it entails. NIMOS arrests 6 Chinese nationals. You know how the headlines put it depends on which camp.
Which camp the paper comes from, isn't it?
NIMOS arrests 6 Chinese nationals in armed illegal mining raid. Adamus reaffirms commitment to Nzima communities, dismisses concession allegations. Let me take this one quickly. NDC neck deep in corruption. The NPP Minority Caucus in Parliament has accused the governing National Democratic Congress of being neck deep in corruption and pursuing a calculated multi-front agenda to dismantle the office of the Special Prosecutor, Ghana's independent anti-corruption agency. Just excerpt of that story on the front page of the Supreme, Mr. L.
Away from the Supreme, the Daily Post has a story. Eric Ebb donates 1.18 million Ghana cedis medical equipment to Ghana Medical Trust Fund.
Great.
Then he has the Edigi Tamaklo. He says the OSP was born as a political tool for the NPP. Those are only the 2 stories on the Daily Post. All
right. The Daily Gist. Infighting hits the base movement. Adamus mining disputes. Assembly members run to lands minister. NDC presidential race is also here. Mosquito Julius Debra in 2-horse race. Get Fund dose out 199 million Ghana cedi for SHS feeding. Minority blows NDC cover to kill OSP. Baumia engages EU ambassadors. These are stories on the front page of the Daily Gist.
Daily State by Julius Debra in neck to neck. That story is a good board story is there. Expired 120-day notice on the Reserve Bridges Hunt Heater Goldfields. The story is there. So it's almost the same stories. The only difference here is Samia Wuku cautions against the politicization of state security agency.
Boys are bread.
Boys are bread. That is the only story
one of my favorite politicians
on the Daily Statesman. I think that's, but all other stories are there.
My typical national organizer of a party is Boys are bread. You can't take that from him. When you ask me who is my ideal national organizer for any party, it is Boys are bread.
Yeah,
you can't get him.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do the Daily Guide.
Daily Guide. Okay, so tension of Adamus mines. Get Fund releases 199.47 million for free senior high school. Abutrika is also here. Gold Boss supports the 10-year-old girl. That story is also here. Yeah.
Let's do the final newspaper, which is the News Center. Ghana's economic future tied to local capacity building. Government crippling OSP to weaken corruption fight minority. ECG in 3.46 billion Ghana cedis procurement, whilst reports on 2,637 missing containers is hidden from the public. Government added 24 billion Ghana cedis in domestic debt in 2025. MTN Ghana wins the Okla Award for the fastest mobile and fixed network
in Ghana.
And then Gold Board pays it is 6.54 454 bill, 86,454 Ghana cedis bill for 10-year-old brain tumor surgery. And that's our final newspaper. We're rolling out. We're going for a break. When we return, the man called Randolph Isaac Edosechi joins us, and we have more conversation coming up. So we'll be back right after the break.
We shall return.
Now, where the minority is addressing a press conference.
The answer is 0. The grounds cited were a catalogue of grievances: incompetence, abuse of office, cronyism. One petition was filed by a database administrator at the Electoral Commission, who was at the time himself under interdiction. A detail that speaks to the quality of the petitioners and the seriousness of their complaints. The petitions were coordinated, themed, and timed to create the impression of overwhelming public dissatisfaction with an institution that was, in truth, doing exactly what it was created to do: to investigate the politically connected without fear or favor. President Mahama referred the petitions to the Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni on 25th November 2025, and on 26th January 2026, the Chief Justice responded with unmistakable clarity. Not a single petition established a prima facie case against the special prosecutor. Not one. 3 referred formally to the Chief Justice, 0 prima facie case established. The petitions were not serious legal instruments. They were political weapons designed to harass, delegitimize, and remove from office a public servant. The petitions were coordinated, themed, and timed to create the impression of overwhelming public dissatisfaction with an institution that was, in truth, doing exactly what it was created to do: to investigate the politically connected without fear or favor. President Mahama referred the petitions to the Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni on 25th November 2025, and on 26th January 2026, the Chief Justice responded with unmistakable clarity. Not a single petition established a prima facie case against the special prosecutor. Not
All right, so welcome back. You saw the minority in parliament presser that has to do with the OSP. So welcome back. Now Ghana's political landscape has taken a familiar but important turn. Power has shifted, and with its perspective, the New Patriotic Party, once at the helm of government, now finds itself in opposition, watching, critiquing, and also redefining its voice. This morning, we asked a critical question from government to opposition. What is the NPP's verdict on Ghana's current direction and its own legacy? After years in office, the party's record remains a subject of national debate on the economy, governance, infrastructure, and social policy. Now, on the other side, how does the NPP assess the direction of the country? And just as importantly, how does it reflect on its own time and power? Let's begin. That's where we bring in our guest in the person of Isaac Randolph Sechi, Edu Sechi, right?
Sechi Edu.
Sechi Edu. Isaac Randolph Sechi Edu joins us in studio to have this conversation. A very good morning to you, Mr. Isaac Randolph Sechi.
Good morning. Oh,
how are you doing?
I'm good, and I hope yourself.
I'm fine. You're looking
team
good.
Are doing good too. Thank you.
And myself and my team, we're doing well, and it's interesting. It's refreshing having you to join us in the morning. I don't call it the hot seat. I call it the cool seat, isn't it?
It's really so, and I also feel honored sitting in between the both of you, and coming here is always a pleasure.
It's always a
it's an opportunity to speak to the people of Ghana, knowing or coming to terms with the fact that it isn't the reason that we know. That we come here, but it's the reason that you have given us the opportunity to also come and speak our mind on public issues.
But let me start.
Thank God for that.
So just a few seconds thought on what you make of this. If you look at all the newspapers today, has to do with the OSP, the minority is saying that the NDC is plotting just to weaken the OSP, just because they don't want to fight corruption, left, right, center. It has become a hula baloo. But interestingly, people who are part of the drafting of what brought the OSP into law and gave him that prosecutory powers are now people who are saying that he doesn't have that mandate to do what he's doing now and throwing some cases in limbo. Let me pick your thought on this before we go into our main conversation.
So, first off, like always, I would like to give thanks to God for giving us the opportunity to come sit here. And then also to ask for God's blessings for the bishop, for giving us also this platform. And then also greetings to our flag bearer and then the incoming president in 2028 December, God willing, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Greetings also to my constituency chairman Atajima, and then to all MPP members. I say greetings. So first off, about the OSP, issues about the OSP and his prosecutorial powers as being curtailed by the AG. I am looking at this in the case of public trust and the impression that we politicians are sending there to the people. Now, if you have listened to commentaries, if you have listened to conversations that had gone on, those who are now fighting the prosecutorial powers of the ASP are part of those people who drafted the ASP bill that went to parliament, passed parliament, and then became a law. So if at that time they saw that giving the OSP this prosecutorial powers is good for the OSP to act independently, so as the OSP stands for, the Office of the Special Prosecutor stands for, because the Office of the Special Prosecutor came out of a deficiency. It wasn't that Ghana just woke up and decided that this is what we wanted to do. During the campaign, there were issues about the fact that attorney generals don't do service to Ghana by prosecuting people who are even part of their government but have embroiled themselves in some corrupt issues. So then Nana Akufo-Addo decided that let us bring out this like it is in the US, where you have a special prosecutor in the US that can prosecute anything, including what happens in the government and anything. So it is that baby that was carried to us. It went through a lot of discussions. It went to Parliament, and if you have followed how Parliament works, they go to committee sittings, they bring it back and forth. This thing was given to the international community with their representations here. They looked into it. A lot of thinking went into it. And our current AG, Ayariga, was in fact Ayeni. Ayeni was the leader of the minority then that designed this bill.
On the Liga and
yes, on the he was on the Liga yes, he was the leader. So how come that all of a sudden, because and even look at the name. The name says what? The Office of the Special Prosecutor. Then you cannot debunk the name from the act, from the responsibility of the office. So if it had said, because now if they take the prosecutorial powers from him, he becomes an investigator. So then we have to change the OSP to OSI, Office of the Special Investigator.
So that now with the new arrangement that we're looking at, now that they are taking the authority from him, it means that anytime you want to prosecute any matter, from where I say it, is to go seek authority from the AG, and that is what the AG would decide as to whether to give it to him or not. Yes. Another school of thought, just been thinking why that what brought about this a matter of going to the court to go and find interpretation and also to curtail that power from him.
Yes.
Was it when we had this the issue that has to do with when the OSP said, I'm going to go into the issue that started from the transport ministry, that sole sourcing thing that brought about this?
And that's the inference that people are reading into this. And they have every right to do that. Because even if when the AG was having issues with the OSP did a presser when Paul Adumotre and other people were on him, and he said that the Attorney General Ayeni is his friend, and that even Ayeni taught him or something, and that they are in good terms. So he doesn't see the fact that Ayeni will do something against the office. He had a presser that he said so. And when Ayeni was going, when the OSP was going after Oforiata and all the other things, the NDC were happy. It is only when the OSP was petitioned, even it is not the OSP who woke up and then said that, oh, I am going into this big push, sole sourcing issues. He was petitioned that these are issues that has arisen. It falls under your umbrella. So you should go into it. Then immediately. Because look, if the thinking of the AG and the NDC is that the OSP should make a request, a formal request, to prosecute certain issues on his desk, for them to give him the approval or not, then why do you set up that office? Because at the end of the day, per our constitution, all prosecutions belongs to the bosom, is in the bosom of the AG. So if there is another creation, and that creation is doing a particular job in prosecuting, we can talk about the mode within which this ASP has handled himself. We can always talk about that. But when you take that power of prosecution off the AG, off the OSP, then we have to change the name. Yes, because in Ghana here, you cannot register a mining firm and then you run school with it. If you register a mining firm, it should be a mining firm. You cannot register a school and you say that I'm using that name, school, to do mining or to do trading. Whatever registration you go through, it has to correspond with what you will do, what you will use that particular entity for. So for me, this is just a way of pushing away things. And even the OSP has not done himself any good. Look, it is better for you to die standing than for you to live on your knees. Look, this Abraham Sari or something made the MP on Park made a request for the speaker to allow public investigation to go into the gold board acquisition of, and then the speaker rejected it. The OSP, these things fall under the OSP. The OSP could have gone in straight and said that this is what I'm doing without any invitation. But the OSP is picking and choosing. And look, the NDC is smart. And the NDC, when it comes to picking about political nuances and then working with it, they know that they are using the OSP in the beginning for optics reasons for this particular job. But they will not allow that same thing to befall them. Look, when you go to our political issues, our political transactions, the time that there have been vilifications, insults, you cannot take the running up to 2024 from it. Look at the things that were said. The lies. It was even said that Ekufuado's daughter had a contract of $25 million just to paint interchanges. The media didn't ask for evidence. The media ran with it. Today, the same Jankroma is asking those who said that to produce, now they are in government, so produce the evidence of the contract. They are not able to do so. There was an Ejapade book that the media ran on it. Now that the NDC came into office, where is that Ejapade book? So we allow the political class to lie their way and bring the media into it. Look, the things that have happened to this NDC government, that the media is quiet. If it happened, imagine Nanado, giving gold concession to his brother. Imagine what will happen. But it has happened all of a sudden.
But the government didn't give it to his brother.
Oh,
he went for bidding. And then if you hear him during the handing over, he did mention the SWA administration for the support to make him go for the bidding.
Oh, he didn't go for bidding. We can just, your producer can
the
check.
point is that even if he didn't go for the bidding, it's now for EMP.
Look. But it's now for EMP, but we have to question the morality of it. Look, when we allow people...
No, the point is that would you have preferred it to go to a foreign company?
No. I wouldn't have preferred it to go to a foreign company. But if you, if your daughter wore a short skirt, and I complained about it, if my daughter wears that same
So you think he didn't go for bidding?
No, what I'm saying is that the integrity, it didn't go for bidding. As for that one, it didn't. Look, they just, and it didn't even start with that. Look,
so the SWA administration didn't encourage him to go for the
I don't know about that.
He didn't mention it, and the president has not come out. The former president has not come out.
But a lot of things were said about Akufo-Addo even when he was in government. He didn't complain. He didn't take anybody on. So if today he has left office and you say something, it is not everything that a statesman has to respond to. It is not even those of us small ones. Small ones in the church, things are said about us, and we don't say anything.
You think that they did not support his bid to get the man?
I don't know about your support, because all I'm saying is that he didn't. It was handed over to him.
All right, so let's
on a silver platter.
Okay, it was handed over to him on a silver platter. We'll come to that discussion. From government to opposition, what is the MPP's verdict on Ghana's current direction on its own legacy?
So, now the verdict is on the NDC. Before I go into this, we cannot lose sight of the fact of the campaign that the NDC had before they won elections. So if we are talking about from government to opposition, what the MPP's verdict is on the NDC government.
No, on your own legacy.
On our own legacy. I don't like, we cannot, because we spoke about our legacy. We told Ghanaians, and Ghanaians didn't buy into what we said. And then they voted us out. So if I have to talk about the MPP's legacy now, I cannot say anything about that without just opposing it to what NDC said they would do that made Ghanaians didn't vote for us, and what they are doing now that they are in government. That is the way I can handle this issue. Because as for us, we did our part. We presented our legacy to the Ghanaian people. The Ghanaians said for now, we don't buy into it.
They said they don't want you.
Yeah, they don't want us.
So they kicked you.
So you not even kicked. They threw us out. We are all in now. They threw us out. We are all in now. Now, to go into it, NDC is facing its own ghost.
Why?
Look, gearing up for election 2024. The NDC gave extravagant promises. The promises that the NDC gave go into even their 120 days promises that they said they would do in 120 days. Extravagant promises. Look, they have failed entirely, and they have weaponized hypocrisy in this country. Look, a government that says that the MPP government was was neck deep in Galamsey, and if it wasn't so, it could have stopped Galamsey in just about some 3 months or so, or less than that. And then they came into power, and then the president, after 1 year, meets the media and tell the media that the money that is coming from the Galamsey is coming for the country. So if the money that is the good, the money that is coming from the Galamsey is coming for the good of the country, why should we stop it? And the media were there and they clapped. They clapped. Look, the NDC said that when they come to power, they will not work with a buffer stock, and that they will give money directly to the headmasters to go and then buy the perishable stock or so for the school feeding. What has happened to that promise? The NDC told teachers that licensure exams will be cancelled, will be abolished. Now they said what? They are integrating it into what? A final exam that is being written. They said when they win power, the issue of nursing, the allowances, will be a thing of the past. But you know, President Mahama knows Ghanaians so well that he said we have short memories. Look, in 2016, before the MPP won power in 2016 December, Ghanaian teachers worked for 2 years. NDC had an agreement with them on paper, signed, that they will pay them only 3 months of the 2 years. It took MPP, when Anado came to power, to reverse that and pay them for all those 24 months. When we had COVID, teachers did not go for work. Teachers sat home for 1 year, but they were paid every month. Nurses were going to work, essential work, nursing were going to work for essential activities. And sometimes they go for twice, they go today, they come home tomorrow, and the whole week they will not go for work again. But they were paid. Our lights were on when the harbor was shut, when the airport was shut, when there was no income. Markets around this country was sprayed. Schools, public houses. Ghanaians forgot about all those things within a matter of 2 years. So, today here we are. Now Charles is saying that if the government does not release some funds, the children are not going to get food to eat.
But they've released funds now.
I haven't heard that. What I've heard is what I'm saying. I haven't heard that.
Also, even had Get Fund have released 199.
No. If you tell me, I wouldn't. I'm not here for win or loss issue, or we are not here to compete. We are here to speak about public issues. If Get Fund has released money, because what I've heard is that when the minister called for the meeting, the Get Fund director and the Ministry of Education was bold to tell Haruna that he doesn't answer to Haruna. So, if funds have been released, it's news to me, because just this morning, the Get Fund director, who is under the Ministry of Education, was able to tell Haruna Idrisu, who is a sector minister, that I'm not answerable to you, I'm answerable to the Minister of Finance. So instead of finding money for the kids to feed on, they are fighting about future presidential ambitions.
Yeah, that's why the information I also have is that money has been released.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be just information. You are here, you are the ones that speaks for let's say you are the ones that gives us, you give us.
So I'm giving you information.
Yeah, so you are the ones that gives us information. As for me, when I come here, you can always say that I'm speaking for my party, and I have no problem with it. But you,
I haven't stated that.
No, but I'm saying that because you invited me as an MPP person.
Yes.
So if I speak for my party,
you speak for your party.
Yes. So I don't.
Right to speak for your
yes. So I don't have any problem with that.
No.
But I'm saying this on authority that from this morning that I left, because I've been following and I'm reading to and I'm online, that the Get Fund has not released anything relating to what Charles said.
Okay.
Now, when you go to teacher training schools, under MPP, they were fed 3 times. Now, NDC is feeding them just once. So, this is the verdict. Now, the NDC will talk about the cedi dollar rate. The last time I came here, and then I told you that with this AI thing, it is like the cedi to dollar is about 30 Ghana cedis to $1. Even do you know what even supports this cedi depreciation thing? Why, if this is based on the economics, it's based on the fundamentals, it's based on trading, buying and selling, it's based on our activities in the market, why is the government of Ghana taking reserves to back up the dollar anytime the dollar starts to rise. It's to tell you that this cedi to dollar stability is based on a reserve that is being used to shore it to this level. It is not based on activities. Because look, if it's based on activity, the Mokola woman will bring his prices down. The spare parts guy will bring his prices down. The one buying water will bring their prices down. And doesn't it interest you, that whilst inflation is dropping, according to the statistic that is given to us, whilst the dollar has been where it is, better than whilst MPP was in power, still prices are going up. Even common sachet water is going out. You are paying higher electricity bill. You are paying higher water bills. Your utility is going up, even when you don't have a stable utility. We are paying 1 Ghana cedi per every gallon, Dumso levy. And still, our lights is going off. So,
is that they're doing maintenance?
Maintenance. Okay. So, I've said it here. The last time I said it, that there's a proverb that a statement that does not come with evidence, you take part of that statement as your evidence. When you say you are having maintenance at your studio, will your transmission go on and then off? On and then off. When you are having maintenance, you put your transmissions off. And then you do your maintenance. And then after doing your maintenance, then you bring it up with test transmission. But you cannot tell me that when the lights go on, it's on, and then it can go off like 3 times within 1 hour. It is maintenance.
They are doing maintenance.
So, I'm saying if this is maintenance for you, I don't have any problem.
I'm not.
But all that I'm saying is that if the lights go off at dawn, like 8 times from the time we go to bed and the time we wake up, and you are telling me that that is maintenance, then I'm asking, if you are having maintenance at your studio here, will you be having transmission there whilst we are on set? It goes on, it comes off, and then you tell your viewers that it is maintenance. It is not maintenance. It is a problem. It's a fault that you are not alluding to. So what we have is what we wanted. When you go to the market, whatever you buy for, whatever you place your money on is what you take home. So we place our money on NDC and we have taken home NDC. That is what today. Go to the port. From here, I will go back to the port. Go to the port. You will see trucks on that Meridian stretch. Trucks that are loaded there. Trucks that are supposed to load goods to Burkina and to our neighboring countries that don't have sea, that uses our port. They are all there because prices, because the fees for clearing, the fees for our import have quadrupled. Look, I can show you text messages when we finish. I can show you even now. I'm talking to somebody who brings frozen fish for me to clear. I told him about the duty. He told me that the duty is too much. This is it. It's here. I told him duty shipping and then it is audio. So when you finish, you come. He told me it's audio. He said the duty is too much. So I am giving you evidence here on my phone. So if I'm buying a carton of fish last month, and I was buying a carton of fish at 300 Ghana cedis, and I go there this week, and it's 550. I am going to cut the same size, like the same quantity of fish, but now I'm going to cut it to meet the 550 threshold, and then also put something on that. Because of the way things are going, I may not know what will happen next. So I may go when the fish is finished and it will be 700. So then I have to cut it in a way that I will get 700 cedis. So that when I go and the price has increased, I will not have to go and pick another money and add it to it. This is what we are facing now. We buy wachi, we buy things. If ourselves we are saying that things are good, it's up to us.
Can I ask you this? Because critics argue that some of today's challenges were inherited from your time in office. How do you respond to this?
Okay, so when you inherit challenges, the challenges does not go off and then comes up again. When you take over from me and you say you are inheriting challenges, it means at the time that you took off, the challenges should come. But if I declare progress when I took off from you, and then after that declared progress, there are challenges, and then I come back and say those challenges was bequeathed to me from you, it is not fair. So when the NDC has spent, let's say they are going into their 1.5 years. But we were all here last year when they began, Abain Papaba, the new independence, and that things were going on well. It is based on their policies. So if at that time, because when you take over from me, that is when you see the difficulties. That is when you see the flaws. But you didn't see it then. You have enjoyed some leverage. Now that you are being faced with the reality, you are coming to put it on the one that it is neither here nor there. Because you cannot say that in 2025 things were good based on your policies, but in 2026 it has nothing to do with the MPP. And in fact, World Bank released a statement that this government, and even President Mahama said it, that the DDEP that the MPP did helped them in stabilizing the economy the way they have done. President Mahama himself said it. But who took the pain for the DDEP? It is the MPP. It is the MPP that suffered for it. And we suffered political mileage. But who is enjoying it? It is President Mahama.
Who is enjoying it is President Mahama. We having conversation from government to opposition. What is the NPP's verdict on the current direction and also on its own legacy? We're having this conversation with Isaac Randolph Sechi Edu. He's a communications team member of the Krowa constituency, and he's here with us this morning having this conversation. In a few minutes we'll be going to the phone lines, but it's been an interesting conversation with him. Anytime he's here with us, it's good enjoying him, and I love having him in studios to talk with us more. But on the flip side, I mean, you've been in opposition, but on the flip side, what do you admit could have been handled better during your time in office?
During our time, one of the things that I said we didn't handle well was listening to these so-called CSOs and then think tanks as to some policies that the MPP brought that was giving relief to the public. But these CSOs presented a narrative in the fact that the government is losing money. And I'll give you one such thing, is that during MPP's time, MPP brought something that we call the threshold. The threshold, we reduced car duty by 30%. And then we would reduce other commodities by 50%. So what happens is that when you present your duty, the system will show you that for this car, or let's say for this phone, you should have paid 1,000 Ghana cedis on the phone. So that is your duty. The threshold is, let's say, 50% for this. So government is absorbing the 50%. You are paying 500 Ghana cedis. And everybody was happy. Things came down. And you know that when duty is down, one of the things that helps is that when duty is down, traffic becomes huge. Because the less money you have, you can import something. So traffic, there is traffic. And it brings also job to her, because I'm a clearing agent. I'm not an importer. I can only work when an importer brings his or her products. So if we have 1,000 people bringing products daily to Tamaport, it means a lot of clearing agents will get a job to do. But if we have few people bringing it because the cost is huge, it means few people will have the opportunity. So this is what MPP did. When MPP took that threshold, when MPP cancelled it, it really hurt me, and it brought us bad image and bad publicity, because whatever money you were giving to those people, it was trickling down. But look, revenues that we make, when government makes revenue, it is not, there are some small, simple, that's the reason why free SHS is being viewed by the world as a serious social intervention program, because it touches every home. It touches every home, meaning that, whilst yourself and Bernard are here, now you could find a relative asking for money to take to school, to go and pay school fees. You may even be a third grade cousin of that relative. But because those who are behind you don't have it, and they see you as a prominent person, they will come to you. So when free SHS came, and everything, including even mock exams, was being paid for by the government, examination fees, and that's the reason why, I think the beginning of this year, women in voter region went for demonstration that for 8 years they have not paid examination fees. So why is the education sector asking them to pay examination fees? It means that for those 8 years, somebody was paying the examination fees for you. So these are some of the things. When government gets a lot of revenue, it may not affect somebody in my hometown. But when government bring prices down, it means that government is sharing those revenue that he could have made. He's sharing it. So the one who buys fish in my small village benefits from that government intervention. So these are the smaller policies. This is what the MPP did. It gives us a lot of mileage at the port. But then when MPP listened to these CSOs and think tanks and cancelled that threshold, it brought us bad publicity at the port. So for me, that, and one other thing also is about the e-levy. Look, you are a government. You have every right to do everything. But you listen to the people. When the people say this, we don't like it, you listen to them, you take it away, or you bring it down to a minimum where even when they are paying for it, they will not feel it. Imagine if the e-levy went to 0.5%. People would not have felt it. Even the e-levy, people dodged it. Look, the e-levy wasn't of a bigger effect than this 1 cedi Dumsor levy. Because the 1 cedi Dumsor levy, everybody who sits in a car is paying. But the e-levy, those who don't do transactions are not paying. But it was so unpopular that even those who were not engaged in it spoke against it. So for me, that is one of my regrets for my government, that e-levy really gave us bad publicity. And I'm a communicator. We suffered for it. We suffered for it. So I'm not here saying that everything, because we are a human institution. Look, if we come in the next 20 years, or if NPP stays in power for 20 years, it's not every decision that we will take that is right, because we are human beings. It is not every decision, but sometimes you listen to the people. Not even sometimes, most times, listen to the people. Because the people gave you mandate. And for every 4 years, you are accountable to them.
For every 4 years, you're accountable to them. We're still having a conversation with the man, Isaac Randolph. I love the name Isaac Randolph Sechi Edu, a member of the New Patriotic Party. Do I have to add the biggest opposition party?
No. We are bigger than the party.
Okay, you are bigger than the party.
Yeah, we are bigger than the party.
But you've been given all sort of names, the micro minority and what, Mighty 87, right?
Yes, we said we are
Mighty 87.
And the NDC says we are micro minority.
Now let's look at, for our viewers out there, you can also send us a message. You can also call us on 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also get yourself, let's have the conversation together on 053-715-8638. Now, do you believe the current government is building on your administration's foundation or dismantling it?
I think the current government is, when it comes to its catchphrase for winning elections, it is doing exactly that.
Reset.
Yes. But it depends on whether the reset is going clockwise or anti-clockwise. I think their reset is going anti-clockwise.
Why?
Because look, when you have Agenda 111 hospitals that are 50% completed, 60% completed, 70% completed, some with beds, and the one that they are doing demonstration, they showed us the picture.
I mean, you have all equipment in there, but there's no light, there's no water.
Yes, so you add the light, add the water, and employ people. Yeah. When I come here, when I'm taking over, because I'm going to write to your boss to consider me and give me your position. When I come, when in the unlikely event that they give your job to me, and I come, I don't have to dismantle what you are doing here. I take Bernard off. I take your lady co-host off. I do a one-man show, and then I tell people that I'm resetting your program. You understand? So the thing is that it is not only this NDC government. It has been part and parcel of us. Look, the E-blocks. We can Google now. You can Google the E-blocks that the MPP completed. MPP completed some. But we should have finished all. You understand? Because it was how many? About 80 something. MPP completed about 40 something plus. And then we populated it. Some we added other auxiliary buildings to it. But we should have completed all. So one of the things that we should be doing as a nation is that when you may not buy into the ideology or the manifesto of the one in government then, but so far as it is public funds that is used for it, when you come, you have to try and get it done. You get it done. If it is going to help the people, you get it done. And then you also continue. But you can get that done and still be fulfilling your own manifesto. You can do the two together. We don't have to abandon one. So for me, look, the last time I said it here, if we're able to finish 157 1D, 1F factories, and let's say averagely employing 100 people in a factory, 100 times 157, it is 1,000, it is 150 something thousand people. We have about 160 something ongoing. If the NDC is able to finish 100 of it, and the NDC employs 200 in each factory, are we not going forward? Are we not taking off the unemployment, some of the unemployment burden? But if the government comes and its next budget, it says that I don't have interest in the Agenda 111. So it is even not in the budget. It doesn't find financial space in the budget. What are we doing to ourselves? Yet we are talking about unemployment. When you employ, the last time I said something and then a caller, Ni from Tema, did not that. You, when you come, employ NDC people. Me, I have no problem with that too. Because NDC people are Ghanaians. You understand? If NDC people, because NDC, no matter what, it didn't matter what MPP did. We didn't stay in power forever. So it doesn't matter what NDC do. They will not stay in power forever. So once NDC is in power, they employ NDC people. When MPP people come to power, they employ MPP people. Are all those two employments not for Ghanaians? It's for Ghanaians. So whatever will give employment, it doesn't matter who will go on. But I think this government is trying to redo everything. And in doing that, they are hurting themselves. And it is us, the populace, that is suffering.
They hurting themselves. It's only the populace that is suffering. 0537158638. 0537158638 is the numbers. You can call us now. You can contribute. You can share your thoughts with us. We're looking at being in opposition. How is a story different whilst in opposition? I know definitely the critics will always have their way. They also say what they want to say. I keep asking question. This one from Ruben. Ruben is the Chairman General. I just want you to ask your man in the best of you, if given another mandate, what would you do differently? That's the question from Ruben.
All right.
Arthur says, I'm watching you live, and he says, do I need to ask this, Arthur?
No, please go on. Go on.
He said, looking back, what would you say are the MPP's strongest achievements whilst in government? Yeah. And then two questions, right?
Okay.
2 questions have come in.
Yeah.
So you can also send us a message on 0537158638 via WhatsApp or SMS on the numbers on your screen, or you can give us a call now. Now we're having conversation. We just go some few more minutes. We'll be wrapping up. Maybe in the next 5-7 minutes, we'll be wrapping up. But you can join us now.
So the 2 questions, yes, I want to, because it's for the good.
Bernard, you also have a questions for him?
Yeah, I would want to know how their internal party organization is ongoing. Okay. We have also heard of a certain group.
Group is here. The base.
The base. You know, there have been, should I say, contradicting stories. In one breath, the flag bearer is trying to unite
the party,
aspirants, you know. And then on the another breath, you hear that there is a particular group and one of the aspirants is behind it. We don't know what's going on as it comes to the attention of the party.
And you know the funny thing, the day I'm not kidding, you know the day that base was launched was the day the current leader of the party was having a tete-a-tete with a person that was
absolutely.
So what's going on there?
That's why I'm even confused. I don't know what's going on. So one paper is reporting that Baumia, you know, held a talk with this trying to unite, and then another paper is reporting about the base. You're confused. So
all right.
You'll be able to unravel those mysteries.
On quick terms, I will start with the message.
Okay.
That what MPP will do differently when given the mandate. And I've said two things. That we shouldn't listen. It's not everything that the so-called intellects say that we listen. We should do things that benefits the people. If that policy is benefiting the people, but government is losing revenue, it's the same revenue that the government is sharing for the people at the downtrodden. So and then also we have to listen to the people. When we bring some policy and the people kick against it, we revise it and then bring it down.
Just as your current leadership was against the e-levy, but you still went ahead to push it up.
No, but that is what I've said. That if we had listened,
I'm just
So I'm saying if we had listened to people, we wouldn't have gone the way we go, because e-levy gave us bad publicity, and we cannot run away from that. Now, our strongest achievement. MPP did a lot. Look, the port is opened, business is going on, but government don't have money to pay teachers. When there was COVID and there was no business, MPP paid teachers. Our lights were on.
When you say MPP pay, government pay teachers.
But today, when we talk about the government, it's a political party that bears government.
MPP have the money.
No, it's a political. When you go on the ballot, it's a political party that bears government. So unless the person who won is an independent party.
MPP then in government was paying the people.
No, but you let's, if we will expand everything, we cannot have space for it. Yeah, so this is what MPP did. MPP mitigated. Like we gave free light, free water, even in the difficult midst of time, and also the strength of the free SHS. Look, you cannot this free SHS. It is. I've always said that there are a lot of professors, Bernard, that if they were waiting for proper school buildings to be erected in their hometowns before they went to school, they wouldn't have become professors and doctors. For me, it is better for you to have education sitting on a tree and learning than to wait for a building. Because all those people who will pass away during the time that you were waiting for the building will become nuisance to the public.
True.
So, for me, free SHS, whatever form, it will never be perfect today. Free SHS in the next 20 years will never be perfect, because we are human beings. Our taste changes. So as we go on, we want different things. We want to add different things to it. So we only have to accept that these things come, and then we better it as we move on. But we don't criminalize it. We don't bring it down. And then when it is our turn in government, we want everybody to help us to raise the same thing that we have poo-pooed it. Excuse my language this morning. Now, our internal party reorganization, it is going well. It is going well. And as we speak, from Monday 20th, forms were open for those who want to stand for polling station executives to pick forms. And it will end on the 26th. So even today, I will go to my electoral area and then check, because my electoral area, Klowekona, and myself and the coordinator, electoral area coordinator, Emmanuel Boama, a hard-working guy for the MPP. We are the ones that are in charge, and he is doing a lot. So that is what. And then with the base, look, me, I'm one person. If my friends are watching me, my NDC friends, they know. I'm one person that is not afraid of people moving away from organizations. No. Bernard, you know, in NDC, Obeda Samwa went away.
Oh, yeah.
Guzitano went away. Even the wife of the Kofaribai went away. But still, when it was time for NDC to win election, they won. When it is time for you to win, you will win. Sometimes you have to lose those who are around you before God gives you what he wants to give you. Because if he gives it to you whilst people are around you, maybe those people will help you to corrupt that position. So sometimes it is good that you make the attempt to bring people on board. But in doing so, you also have to come to the realization that it is not everybody that you can bring on board. For some, they will never want to come on board. You have to lead them. If you are a leader, you have to know who you bring to your inner circle or who you keep outside your inner circle. If even you are among your friends, you have to have some, if you are somebody who tells his secrets and everything to every friend, then you are not a good leader. You are not even a leader at all before we bring in good. If you are a good leader, you even among your friends and your family, you have to know who you tell your personal issues. You have to know who, when it comes, you celebrate with. You don't tell them the issues that you go through. Because people are different. And people take issues differently. People have different mentality. There are some, it is good for you. They will not think about the fact that when it affects you, it also affects them. They will think about the fact that it is you that the progress is coming to. Why not me? Not thinking that if it affects Bernard and I live well with Bernard, if it affects L and I'm a good friend to L, then I will also receive some. What I receive from L, there will be somebody who also has a good relationship with me that will also receive it. So what I receive from L, I'm not the only person consuming it, but there are other people also. So for me, this is the base thing. I'm not afraid of it. The most important thing is that the one who has been given the mandate by the party, who is our flag bearer now, Baumia, should make the effort to bring everybody together. In making those efforts, some will come, some will not come. He shouldn't kill himself on those who will not come on board. He should make the effort. Those who come on board, he should put them together, sell his ideology to them, and then all of us together will go to the market and preach the good news.
Going to the market to preach the good places that will bring us to our final closure to today. We'll read, I think, one or two messages that has come in again. We'll go to the board, we'll read them. But whilst we're going to the board, I just want to find out, how is your party repositioning itself to gain the public trust?
Very well. It is with what I have done, by accepting our mistakes when we're in government. By accepting our mistakes when we're in government. And also, we shouldn't be ashamed of the fact that we made mistakes. We are human beings. Who doesn't make mistakes?
Everybody does.
Yeah, so we shouldn't be ashamed of it. That, look, we made mistakes. And we will continue to make mistakes. The most important thing is that the mistake that you made shouldn't be an intentional mistake. And again, you shouldn't repeat those mistakes when you are given another opportunity. But as to making mistakes, we cannot run away from it. So for me, what will help us is for us to accept the fact that we did some good, but we also made mistakes.
Okay,
we should have listened more to the people, but we didn't.
We didn't. Well, this one from Capito Menchia, I said the JDM NDC are now intimidating innocent people in this country, especially the MPP members. But they forget we are not in a military rule, it's democracy. And they should note that no condition is permanent. 2028 is just near. Regards to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Justin Frimpong Kodia, and Honorable Mavis Howard Kumsin. This one is coming from a man all the way from Menchia. Closing comment. We need to go.
Yeah. This morning again on enforcement.
Enforcement. You're excited about the enforcement, but just before, you're excited about the enforcement from the PCSRC that the delivery companies will have to register, because they gave them over 1 year, months of moratorium from the sector minister. It expired on the 31st of March. First March they didn't implement. They just did implementation on 21st. 20 more days in addition. If Daniels will not listen.
If that is the law should take its course.
The law should, I love the way he just put it. If that is the law should. Now, come in then. Let's go.
Yes, so we need sanity in our space. It helps everybody. Yeah. The riders themselves, like you were saying, Okofa, drag, you know, can be praised and all of that. Yeah. So it's not just about taking money from them, no, but the right things must be done. So we encourage all to get themselves registered so that they will avoid all this harassment from law enforcement.
I think anybody who takes a step to sanitize our public space, we have to help that person.
Yeah.
And we are people that want to always sabotage leaders, especially with voting, because we think that, yes, they think
but that is what a democracy has turned to.
Yes, but
it should
for
change.
me, yeah, it should change. Yeah. It needs a leader that does not care about the next election until the election is due, but cares about what he has. Let us understand. Sometimes we don't look at ourselves properly. Look, when we are taking a good decision, even at church, when you are taking a good decision, those decisions affect, they will fight it. But when you take that decision, they then come on board and support you because they see you as a strong personality. And when people see you as a strong personality, even when after trusting you, when you sell a negative idea to them, they take it. But if you are a flip-flopper, then they will never respect you, even when you are bringing a good. So all that I'll add is that anybody who is taking a decision to sanitize our public space, our private spaces, we need to pat that person on the shoulder.
We need to pat that person on the shoulder. A big thanks goes to Isaac Randolph Sechiedu. And that brings us to the end of today's morning focus, from the front pages to the big national conversation, from policy debates to reflections on leadership and legacy. We have unpacked the stories shaping Ghana this morning. A big thank you to you, Isaac, once again. A big thanks go to my co-host in studio, to our viewers and listeners for your thoughts and calls and engagement throughout the show. Remember, these conversations don't end here. They continue in homes, workplaces, and community. As you go about your day, keep this in mind. When there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay engaged. I'm El Samuels. Have a productive and a peaceful day ahead. I know my PCR people are pushing, telling me there's a birthday. And for the first time, I'm going to deny you the opportunity to wish anybody a happy birthday, because we keep doing the birthday and nobody has ever said anything. So today, Julius, sorry, because we don't have anything on a birthday, even on my page. So when you're saying birthday, I don't know what the birthday is all about. But you can flip it out. Let's see who is celebrating his birthday or her birthday. So we wish you a happy birthday. Because I don't have it. Being honest with you, I don't have anything here. So whilst you shouting birthday, I don't have it. So happy birthday, whoever, whatever name and whatever is it. Okay, and this one is from Nadede with to you with love. Happy birthday to the best sister ever. Thank you for all the love, the advice.
Yeah, those who are celebrating the birthday.
And for always.
Like this lady, she should come greet Bernard. And then Bernard would then have a look, and then we see
how it goes. Mm-hmm. Well, so this one is from Nadede
because I'm sure Bernard is available.
I don't think anybody here is available now. Happy birthday to the best sister.
I'm the only stranger in Jerusalem.
Yes. So happy birthday to the best ever sister. Thank you for all the love, the advice, and for always being in my corner. I'm so blessed to have you. May this year bring you joy, peace, and everything your hearts want. God richly bless you for me. Have a wonderful day. From Nadede to you with love. And so we say, may the good Lord bless you and keep you. We wish you well in the new chapter and a new day. May the Lord's hand be strong over you. We wish you good health, long life, and like we always do, plenty money. And this has been our morning focus. Have a good morning.